121 of the Battlecast podcast.
21.
Caleb Peng. And I gotta say, momentous occasion. 121 episodes. I'm joined by my co-host, Anicor, Speediest Chief 3, the human calculator, now soon to be the first victim of the hot chip as a co-host on the podcast. We finally did it. We got the hot chip.
Yeah.
And he's holding up to the camera for those that you gotta tune into YouTube version for this one. I know, some people they probably listen to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, right? Google Podcasts, whatever other platforms, iHeartRadio, whatever you're listening to this on. But I'm just saying, if you can, check out our YouTube channel. Just search the Battle Cats podcast, Cats with a Z, because you gotta watch his reaction for this one. We're about to do the hot chip. And it's I don't know how you found that, because I thought they took it off the market.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what the thing is? Yeah, honestly, yeah, I knew I was gonna find it. Yeah. Okay, number one is London, but also I live in. I don't know if you went when you were here, but it's an area called Camden, and what? Okay, so first of all, this is literally the first place I went, but recently, Central London. Okay, let me go a bit further back. So back in the days, yeah, Central London used to be rife with these stores that would sell like tourist memorabilia, like I Heart London and I don't know, pictures of the Queen and stuff like that. And the thing is, there was loads of them, and I never really understood. I mean, I understand people buy this stuff, right? But surely not that many people buy this. Do you know what I mean? Innit? Yeah. And like, okay, maybe I haven't been into many foreign people's houses. Yeah. But I have never seen one of these like out in the wild. Do you know what I mean? Innit? Yeah. Yeah, you see them in the shop, and you probably know the same thing. Yeah. There's probably bare like, I Heart LA or like, do you know what I mean? Innit? Like these stores that sell that sort of stuff. Personally, there was too many. But what actually happened, I think it was over COVID and just a bit after, is they all started turning into these flipping American sweet shops that was just strictly selling like American candy. And again, now the thing is, this American candy is obviously, it's like, imported stuff, but it's super, super expensive. And I'm like, bruv, who is buying this stuff? Because again, you're aiming it at tourists, yeah? Why would you come to the UK?
You straight up got a spider on your wall behind you, by the way. To your left. You see it right there. No, to your left. Look. Yeah, it's by like whatever's hanging on your wall, the blue thing. I just saw it crawl by the wall. I swear. No, look down. Bottom right. But no, bottom. To your other side. Yeah, it's like just eat the hot chip and forget about it. No, I swear though. I saw it crawling. No, it's not on you. Look, to your left, you see that blue thing? Whatever blue thing's on your wall.
Which way is my left? Is it this way or this way?
No, that the one your hands, the hands raising. Okay. No, the other hand.
This way.
Yeah, because I don't know if you're mirrored. Yeah, look more to the other side of the wall. Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, somewhere around there. I saw it.
You know what the mad thing is, yeah? Nah, you know what? You're not even.
Are you scared of spiders or something? I'm mad.
No. But like, bruv, I don't want these men interrupting me. You know what the mad thing is, yeah? Is literally right before I logged on, yeah. This one Donny just comes right down here, and I'm like, nah, bruv. So I trapped him in my bin, but obviously he's got brothers.
Yeah, he came for reinforcement. Yeah, he tried to save.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he tried to avenge the brother right there. Did you kill it?
No, I just trapped it in the bin. Yeah.
Oh well, that's the problem, man. They send in signals now. Now they got the radio frequency up.
Wait, seriously?
Nah, I'm just making up. I don't know how spiders.
Wait, are you making up the spider? Or are you actually?
No, the spider for sure. I'm just making up the radio frequency. I think spiders communicate by dancing or something. But yeah, it's whatever. Okay, it went off screen, right? So I'm serious. I've seen too many Instagram reels and TikToks. But whatever that blue thing is on your wall, it went towards that. Yeah. It might be behind that.
This is like a painting, though. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
you see it? See what I mean?
Yeah, and it is his brother,
Oh, Dragon Ball Z shirt. Let's go.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, throwback.
Yeah.
Yo, that Cell Saga was A1.
Yeah, I agree. Bro, honestly, Gohan becoming like the most powerful being in the universe at one point is insane. And then also how they did my guy dirty every season after that.
It was not a great advertisement for staying in school, because he stayed in school and he got pretty weak.
Yeah, it's true. But... okay, yeah, well, honestly, you know what the mad thing is as well, yeah? Last night, I was sleeping and I was so sure. I was like, I feel like I felt something near my hand, yeah. And I was like, oh, it could have been a spider, but I didn't really know, But it probably was.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh well.
actually, when I was recording a podcast with Daniel Zinieri and Zionic, me
Yeah.
and Zionic were guests on his podcast.
Okay.
And this is back like over a year ago, right? Over
Yeah.
2 years ago, probably. And there's a camera too. I have a clip of this somewhere saved. From the ceiling, a spider drops down, web still attached, right in front of my face. I think it dropped on my lap or like right in front of me or something. And I took a napkin on my desk and I, smush it while recording, and I just kept going, right? And
Okay.
and Ziona was talking at the time, so Daniel didn't really say anything, although he did see me do something weird, right? I was just like doing something, right? It's hard to see, but you could literally see in the video replay, like
That it
the
just
the spider lid drops. Yeah, I have a clip of that. You know what? Speaking of clips, let me insert that clip right about now.
Because I think it'll be good as from a content creator's perspective to create videos around both, because there'll be different guides that you could do for mobile or for Switch. Plus, location wise, I mean, am I upstairs at my desk? Am I down at the toilet? I'll play where I can. So that's been the running joke when people ask. Depends on where I'm at.
Makes sense. Committed to the game.
yeah, I feel like this is a once an episode kind of thing.
Look, I just gotta, yeah.
I
So
like
now,
it. I
now we
like
know. Now we know the clip.
it.
Anyway, I'll
Yeah.
send you the clip. You haven't seen it yet, but it
Bruv, do you
was
know what the mad thing
old
is as
school.
well, yeah?
Yeah,
Obviously, okay, I don't know how hot this stuff is, right? But
yeah.
if I start seeing stuff, I don't know if I'm actually
Start seeing
seeing a real
spiders.
spider or if it's a fake spider. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Okay, well, before we do the hot chip, I need to give a disclaimer for everyone, right?
Okay.
It says don't recommend it. Don't try this at home, especially if you're under 18, and don't eat more than one at a time if you're ever going to eat it. Don't eat like 13 or whatever. It actually could be fatal.
Yeah.
But you're ready, right? You have gloves.
No.
No gloves. You have
But
a napkin, maybe? You have a napkin?
yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I just don't
bruv,
want
I
you
was
to touch
trying.
it and then like rub your eyes.
Yeah. I was trying to buy gloves, yeah, and like flipping, the pack was like £8 for like a pack of 100 gloves. But I was like, bruv, that's too much for 100 like
No,
disposable
no. I'm
gloves.
just
You know what I
saying.
mean?
Look, it might not be the worst investment because next season you might be eating another chip and you're like, I got
This guy,
99 gloves left.
this
I'm good.
Hey,
Good for a
man,
few years.
Nah, I'm prepped. I got my flipping milkshake. Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine
Okay.
we got a chicken shop near us called Los Pollos.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
And I got my ice
Got
cream
ice
as
cream.
well.
Did you
Yeah.
eat? You're not eating on an empty stomach, right?
Nah, I had dinner
Okay.
as well. Yeah,
Good.
so I'm
Perfect.
blessed.
Perfect. All right. You have a trash can near you, like in case you
I
have to,
do,
like.
yeah, but the
Okay, just in
spider's in it.
case. Well,
Um,
I mean,
yeah,
so I
but
guess a spider be
oh.
eating the hot chips soon too. Then at this rate.
Okay. Well,
All
okay.
right.
You know what? Yeah, I'll start opening this thing in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
While
So
I'm opening
let's.
this, yeah, I
Yeah.
need
Go
to
ahead.
say something before, like, just in case I can't say anything else for the rest of the podcast. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
right. And you know what? Anyone who's been around me for the last few days knows how I feel about this issue. Yeah, bruv, Wagwan with the new catch animation on the Play Pokemon streams.
You don't like
Bruv,
it?
that's the cringiest thing I have ever seen, yeah? Do you know what the bad thing is, yeah? Bruv, I enjoy watching regionals, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't ruin my day. Don't ruin regional day for me, bruv.
Oh, all
Like,
right. All right.
bro, catch? Like,
What
come
do you
on.
want to see instead? Just nothing, right?
I don't want to see nothing. I want to
Nothing.
see gameplay, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't. Do you know what the
The
thing is, yeah,
reaction's
bruv?
enough.
Yeah, the reaction's enough, man. Because you know what? Sometimes the catch ain't even important. Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
catch. It's like, come on, man. Like, and also it's like, bro, imagine watching and I don't know, like, if this happens in like American sports or something like that. Yeah, but bro, imagine watching a football game. Yeah, they score a goal, and then there's a big animation that says goal. It's like, bruv, I was watching the game. Of course, it's a goal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was
Yo, especially like one of those Spanish guys that were like goal, and then you just see like the goal with like 5,000 zeros, the O's.
Yeah, well, that one's funny though. Those are funny.
That would be
Yeah,
great.
if you guys were like catch, then I'd be like, all right, cool, cool. But yeah, on its own, no, bro. Okay, this is wild
Okay.
because I've got a few things here. So a little sticker.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
You
Wait, let me
deserve
do-
you
let me do
deserve
this
it
like-
once you eat
do
this for
like,
sure.
TikTok style.
Yeah. Yeah, you hold up the camera. All right. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, you got a little business card. I survived it.
I survived it. Yeah.
There
Can
you go.
handle
You
the
carry
heat?
that around.
Yeah. 10% off code. I'll give that to you next week.
Yeah,
Next season.
nah, you might need that in a couple months. I'm just saying 3 months.
bro.
3
Okay.
months time, but maybe less.
I guess this is the chip.
Oh yeah, that's the chip. Okay.
Mhm.
So rest in
It
peace.
says RIP. Yeah. And also, they give you gloves.
Oh, they give you gloves.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
why perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Let's go.
And a little gift card as well. How nice.
Wow. Wait, what's the company? It's like Packin or something?
What are these called? They're called.
It should be. That's probably the official one.
Yeah, they're just. Oh, this is Hot Chip EU, so definitely a copy.
Okay. That's fine. I trust that it's hot enough.
Good enough, innit? Yeah.
All
They
right.
said
So,
something about
as a
salt.
reminder of what we're doing, you eat the hot chip because you lost the race to legend.
I lost the race.
You know.
Yeah.
You're a man of your word, and so as we stipulated this ahead of time, you have to go 1 full minute, no liquid, no food, and then to make it fun, while we do this, I ask you some questions, and you try to answer them. Right? I'm gonna rapid fire them. Right? You just say what comes to mind. Right?
Cool,
I'm gonna throw some stuff out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Do you know what?
And,
Honestly, go for. Yeah, you've obviously got the question prepared. Yeah, do you?
I don't have them written down. I just have general
okay,
questions in
okay.
my head
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
just want to
I-
ask
yeah,
you. Right? Yeah.
Cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do this part. Let's try and do this part kind of ASMR. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna-
stay
I'm gonna
close
put
to the
my
mic. I don't want you like
Yeah, I'm
if
gonna
you're
put my
wrenching, I
mic
want
in.
you like near the mic, right?
Okay, that part isn't going to be ASMR, but let me put the gain up a bit.
Yeah. Turn up.
Okay, so today we're doing the hot chip challenge. Okay, this is great. So my mic gain is actually controlled by this knob over here, which is very convenient for me right now. Okay, now I'm putting on the glove. Now I'll be opening the packet. Hopefully, when I open it, no things get into my eye. I am very close to the packet. Okay. It's broken in 2 pieces. Here we go.
I'll start the timer.
Oh wait. Let me move the pop shield just for the eating part.
Sorry, once you eat both pieces. It's going. All right. Anicor, here's your interview segment, right? We're just like on Hot Ones, essentially. Tell us about yourself. You know, when's your birthday? When were you born? Where were you born into this beautiful planet called Earth?
Oh shit. So I don't tell people my birthday because when I was younger, my mate changed my birthday on Facebook, and they wouldn't let me change it back without ID proof.
You might need to turn the gain down a little bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they wouldn't let me change it back without ID. So I just left it like that, and after that, I never told people my birthday. I was born in London.
Okay.
In
You have a
Euston.
younger brother?
I do. I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
So you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
What what year were you born?
1994. Wait,
94. Okay, so you're a 90s baby.
I am, yeah.
So you could drink or eat right now if you want to, or we can see how long you go. You know.
No, bro.
Okay. A solid minute and 27 seconds. Pretty good.
Bro, do you know what the worst part about it is? Throat.
I
It's
don't.
the throat.
It's what?
The throat.
The throat. Okay. I gotta ask you. You know, put you on the you're on the hot seat right now. You feel probably pretty hot too, right? It's the seat's probably on
Bro.
lava right now.
My ears.
I got a question for you. Top 3 Pokemon Go casters from anywhere, starting with number 3, 2, and 1. Doesn't matter who it is. You don't have to say me. Just say who comes to your mind.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Come closer, Mike, when you're ready with the answer.
It's difficult.
Yeah. Who comes to your mind? Top 3.
Bruv.
No need to think it through.
My ears.
Come close to the mic. I want to hear your answers. Throw up the shield if you have to. I don't think you can hear me. Your pods aren't even in his ears.
Okay.
Oh, we've been waiting for this moment.
You, Lou, and Inadequates, but close 4th and 5th. I think Butters and Soph. I was a big fan of Soph.
Oh yeah, So's debut this past weekend. Okay.
Bruv, my face is vibrating. It's actually bare mad.
Can you even hear
Even
me?
just my face and my fingers. I can't even
Can
hear
you
you,
even
bro.
hear me? He's holding his ear pods. I don't think you can even hear me. I got another question for you. You got put it back in. Put it back in. Put it back in. You can't hear me. How we go this interview?
I'll put one in.
Okay, put one in. Put one in. I just need you to hear me. All right, another question. So you gotta tell us. I heard from some of your Dracoviz colleagues. You've lived a adventurous life in your 20s, right? You used to work, and then you took a couple years off. You just travel around the world. What inspired that? What do you do? Right? I heard you like did some Muay Thai and stuff in Thailand or all this other stuff.
Yeah. So I did I did a month of Muay Thai. I was in Japan for a month. I was like went to a few regionals.
This was all in the course of last year.
Yeah, but honestly, it was more over like 3 years. I like basically I used to work like all the time, and when Corona hit, I realized I used to work too much. You know, I didn't give people enough attention, like my friends, my girlfriend at the time, and I realized like it was too much for me, and I stopped to like enjoying work. So I was like, you know what, bun this, yeah. And honestly, okay, here's a little tidbit that will be very interesting, yeah. But I will never reveal the context of this, yeah. But I had a friend, and she worked on this. I'm just gonna call it a like one of those social media, like I don't know, like you know them people like Pop Crave, for example, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Something like that, yeah. And she was like, "Oh yeah, we're like we're doing a dating show, yeah." She was like, "Do you want to be on it?" And I was like, at first, I was like, "That sounds like the wettest thing I've ever heard," yeah. But like I said, I just, stopped working. I'd also just broken up with my girlfriend. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. I'm like on this whole, newly sort of like, revitalization in it. Yeah. So I was like, I think it's a dumb idea. Yeah. But I shouldn't dismiss things before trying them. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? Literally, just because I thought it was a dumb idea, I should go and do it. Yeah. One sec.
He's taking a sip of his drink for those that are audio listeners. He's doing pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's actually dying down now.
Yeah. I feel like the talking might be distracting for you to help you get through the pain.
I'm still like kind of shaky, but it's all good. Actually, that did the trick as well. So, yeah, so I was like, you know what? Just because I thought it was a dumb idea, I should probably do it, yeah? And I did it. And there's a video out there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, no one will ever find the video.
What? How will we not find the video?
Well, good luck finding it, bro.
Yo, I was able to figure out Palmer's up's birthday, and that was a hard feat. You don't have social media, so
try find my birthday and that video.
Okay, I'll work on both. You eat another hot chip for each, right? Each bit of info I find. One for the birthday, one for the dating show.
Yeah, bro. That ain't happening.
That's too good.
Might be time to bust open the ice cream soon.
Yeah, you should. You should get into it.
So, yeah, basically that started my whole. That summer, I called it. Oh, that was worse. The water made it worse.
Yeah, water does too. I probably should have told you ahead of time. I forgot. I thought you knew. Yeah, water makes spice worse. Ice cream, dairy, all good. Maybe some bread. I don't know. Bread just helps line up your stomach a little bit. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe you should open the ice cream ahead of time. The struggles. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? While we're on this topic,
I don't know. I was really struggling choosing one. I just went for the one that was vegan and salted caramel. I was like, that's good enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically that started the start of a summer where I just said yes to everything, and I was just like doing things I've never tried before.
Okay.
And I went to a few different countries. I went on a jet ski for the first time, bruv. That was so sick, man. Honestly, top 5 experiences.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Going back to the dating show, was it successful?
Nah,
nothing
I
happened.
didn't like her at all.
Was it fun though? Was it worth it? Was it fun? Was it worth it?
Yeah, just like I said, for the experience, and also because it triggered that mindset for the rest of the summer, where I was like, let me just do stuff, and I did so many things that summer.
Wait, so
some things which I still do, some things which I've never picked up again.
In a sense, you're a reality TV star.
Technically.
Technically? What do you mean technically?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it that, but...
Wow. Yeah. You've been on reality TV.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what was actually funny as well, though? Is similar time, I was on a different show, like very briefly, called The Apprentice.
What do you mean? Like the US show The Apprentice?
But they still do it in the UK.
Okay.
But they do it with Alan Sugar.
Okay. That was the Donald Trump show, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's originally his, isn't it? But I guess he still doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like, they wanted testers for this game. So I was testing this game. Bruv, I fell asleep at the testing. And luckily they didn't catch it on camera.
That would have been good TV.
I was in the thing briefly. It was so funny because I go and flip and do this trade with a local in it, yeah. And they were like, I only seen them like 2 times in it, yeah. And they were like, were you on The Apprentice? I was like, bro. It was kind of funny.
What? So you've been on 2 separate reality TV shows?
2 separate TV shows, yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. That's wild.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, this has been pretty good. I feel like the heat's already died down.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. All right, wait. Turn your gain up a little bit. You can put up the shield if you want to as
Okay.
well. Yeah, a little bit on the quieter side. This is this episode will be a pain to edit for audio purposes, but it was all worth it. It was all worth it. Let me just say that. It was all worth it. Well
I need to
done.
keep on eating this ice cream though.
Yeah. Go for it. You can. All right. Well, now that we've done that, let's get into YouTube comments while you're recouping a little bit.
Yeah,
Good,
for
good
real.
stuff.
Bruv, you
Good
know what the
stuff.
mad thing is? Yeah, I can't
You see-
believe that like taking my AirPods out actually helped. Like
It helps.
there was pain in my ears, bro.
That's wild. What is it like? Just like burning sensation in the ear?
I don't know. And then I'm thinking, like, what did I like take the AirPods out and then like it just shoots out my ears or something? I don't know. Ugh.
All right. Let's get into these comments. Don't worry. I can do the bulk of the work here. You paid your dues. Invader Waffle says, "I can't wait for that punishment if you make it a thing." Yeah, I was trying to say the
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
bruv. Comment. Yeah, one hot chip for every yeah. you go, you go
Bro.
revitalize the hot chip market by yourself. Yo, shout out to UK for having the hot chip still. Triptondo, this definitely beats having a habanero too, by the way. So Triptondo
What, as in
says,
habanero is worse.
no. Hot chip is way worse.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I've had habaneros. I had like 3 in
Is
one
it?
sitting before. I mean,
Oh,
it's
bro, I
spicy.
was trying to look for a habanero and I couldn't find one.
Yeah, I actually don't know if they do sell in the UK. And they sell it here because I think they grow a lot of them either in the south of the US or in
Yeah.
Mexico. So it's pretty easy to import it if it's not here. But yeah,
Yeah.
maybe not as much. Because I was thinking about it too. Because usually hot peppers are grown in very hot tropical areas.
Yeah.
So
Bruv. Yeah, definitely not going here. Then.
yeah.
You
Triton
don't know
says, "Hey,
how excited I am to get back to Australia, man.
hey, they'll have some hot chips there too, so we'll be well stocked." Triptondo says, "Hey guys, want to weigh in regarding the EYC 2023 side event. Caleb thought Inadequates won it, and Anicor thought Vonnie won it. Both are somewhat right, but Anicor definitely more. I believe we had 70 to 75 players, so it was a 7-round Swiss bracket, and Inadequates
Bro.
swept the one 7-0. Top 8 then qualified for a single elimination bracket. Vonnie won that bracket and does the whole thing. How do I know? I was on the losing side in the finals versus Vonnie. And yeah, prizes are pretty big. For second place, I already got so many points, of which I got a big Arceus plushie, booster box, and multiple loose packs of cards. I sold the booster box and packs for a total of a couple $100 worth of value, and the winner even got double the points. So I like to see more of those events. However, I doubt they would be equally as big when they're played in Ultra or Master League. Definitely love to see at least some side events experiencing on those 2 leagues. And yeah, like keep up the good work making the podcast, bruvs. Peace. Tristan. I didn't realize Triptondo's name is also Tristan. So shout out to another
honestly,
Tristan.
that's big because first of all, that is more than some regionals. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, especially in the
And,
US.
also,
Especially in the US.
and also prize money. Like obviously it's not prize money, but like if you win that and sell the equivalent of the points, that's also it's like coming second in a regional or like third or something, you know.
Honestly, I'm only bummed that it wasn't broadcasted because that seemed like a dope tournament.
Yeah,
Imagine the side event being 77
Bro.
round Swiss. That's wild.
Bro. Do you know what? I wonder if there's any scope for like a community stream broadcasting a side event.
I'm sure there's nothing against that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you can record while you're watching players from behind. I don't know. It's
because you know like how Victory Road used to run all the EU streams.
Mm-hmm.
But like, let's say they now, you know, and that was a community stream in it, yeah.
Right.
So let's say now they just run a side event stream.
Yeah, that's possible.
I see. Could be cool.
One thing to note is I was recently at Sacramento. We'll talk more about this later. Is on that Friday, that afternoon, they had a challenge for. So of course, if you're in an NA tournament, even if you're not from NA, let's say for example, I know Z's Wise is going to Toronto for the regional. I don't know when Z's Wise gets there, but if he gets a chance, he should definitely show up on Friday morning to the venue to see if they have a local challenge or cup, because he could
Bonus
get
point.
championship points. Because that, even though you don't
Yeah.
have locals in the EU, it still adds up to his championship points in
Nice.
the EU region, right? And not only that, on Friday, also on Sunday, they had another tournament. I believe it was after the tournament ended on Sunday. They had another challenge. So they had two
Wow.
separate challenges. So
In
that's
one
two
weekend.
chances to get 15 points. Up to
Oh,
15
shit.
points. On top of the tournament you just played in. So
Bro,
it's a great time.
points everywhere.
And
Amazing.
not only that, the sponsors were great. We had community day there, extra
Mm.
Stardust. Like, it was a good time to be playing Pokemon Go. I'm just saying.
Mad.
So, words of advice for anyone that hasn't gone to a tournament yet, especially the NA ones. Looks like they're going to be. I think all the NA ones for sure have had at least one tournament on the Friday, but I think a lot of them have had a tournament on the Sunday too. And
Bro,
sometimes the Sunday
imagine.
one, it will start like a little bit earlier than the stream ends. So if you didn't
Yeah.
make Top Cut yourself, hey, you can still do some
Just
stuff.
go.
Well, yeah.
Bro, imagine, yeah. This is the levels in NA, yeah. Bro, when locals make their way to EU, just imagine. Insane.
Dude, you already got plenty of participation. I'm just saying. I'm
Insane.
just saying. But yeah, actually, honestly, now that I know there's these local challenges, I might honestly ask, because a lot of times when I'm working with broadcasts, they ask me when I want to fly out and stuff. I might just ask if I could fly out earlier,
Yeah.
so I could get there on Friday to do the cups or the
Mhm.
challenges. Because
Yeah.
I'm already casting events, so I'll be there. But I always
Mhm.
show up like at like Friday night or something. This time around, I showed up actually earlier because I'm also like LA to Sacramento is only an hour and a half flight.
Yeah.
So I actually got there before. Like, I actually got there
Did
my
you have to
hotel
fly?
room.
Was
Yeah,
it
I
like
did.
far
I
enough that
did.
you have to?
Well, I mean, I could have drove, I guess, but it's.
Freedom.
I think the drive is. Here, let me just map it. I don't think the drive is like worth it though. So, but yeah. So I ended up flying there. It was actually a beautiful city too. It's the capital of California. For those that don't know, I
Is
didn't
it?
realize that. Yeah, I didn't know that either until
What
like
the hell?
recently. It's a 6-hour drive, so it's not that bad. But hour and a
Sounds
half
long, yeah.
flight was pretty convenient too. And yeah, so definitely a high recommendation for anyone that's doing that. And hey, I would love to see Old Shore Master League there one day, but we'll see how that goes.
Honestly, I think that is probably the best implementation of Ultra Master League.
To pilot
Like
it there.
after we discussed it and after seeing those comments,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like the perfect implementation. The
Yeah.
perfect way to put it in on the official circuit. You know, you can't put it on the actual official circuit, but
Not
put
yet.
it in the side events, you know.
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh,
I believe in Niantic though to make all things PvP accessible, including Ultra League and Master League. Ultra League, I think, is the next step. Great League looking super accessible these days, right?
Yeah.
You can say the meta not the most diverse, but it's getting more and more
pretty
accessible.
diverse. I think it's sick.
Well, in official tournaments, yeah. I'm assuming GBL. GBL
right.
maybe not as much, but yeah, but that's a different story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone for TBCI, if you're listening to this, steal our idea. No credit needed.
Steal it.
No credit needed. I don't know how many people from TPCI listen to this podcast. I know there's a few from Niantic. So, but either way, or Niantic context, right? If you know, shoot it over to your colleagues at TPCI, right? Steal the idea, no problem.
Also, I wonder if there would ever be locals that you could do in Ultra League and Master League and be eligible for points. I don't know if they specify that it has to be Open Great League, or if they just specify that you have to have a tournament. But
yeah,
that could be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure. Either way, it's definitely some opportunities. Speaking of that, DH Khan also says would love to see Master League and regionals to get championship points. I'll be fine with OGL only in Worlds. I would get knocked out first round and spend time shopping at the store. One thing I was confused about in the whole Go Stadium chatter is Polly was accused of breaking TOS. I thought all parties involved in tournaments have to maintain clean accounts, so no spoofing, defitting, alts, devices, etc. When the news broke out, it seemed was that accounts aren't being checked. Yeah, that's a great point. So I'll speak on the participating in tournaments. The main thing is, as long as your account is not suspended or banned, you can play in tournaments. The one biggest factor, because the thing is, like, there's so many people out there that like TPCI doesn't have the time to like cross-reference with Niantic, be like, hey, was this account ever flagged, right? Because I mean, we also don't know who shows up until the day that shows up. Some people register and don't even check in, right? All the stuff. But either way, like TPCI essentially trusts Niantic's bans and suspensions, and they can't really do anything about it, right? It's not like if someone's got banned and they think they're erroneously banned, TPCI could get them unbanned. That you have to go to Niantic for that. But yeah, that's just like it's just too cumbersome and it's just not really in the cards. So essentially, if you are banned for spoofing or suspended for anything, or, I mean, even if you're Wayfair banned, whatever it is, right? If you can't log in an account to play, you obviously can't play in a tournament. As simple as that. If you have, I mean, the thing is like also like people that have alt accounts, there's like no way you can track that, right? Like how are they gonna know you have an alt account? But obviously it's against TOS to do that. To have like account sharing, whatever, defitting, all that stuff. But if Niantic is not actively banning or suspending them, then it is what it is. Same thing with defitting. Like I don't know anyone that's ever been banned for defitting or phone rocking. It's possible. I don't know. I just don't know of any. But
a lot of those sorts of like breaches of TOS are also kind of hard to prove, right? Like how you were saying, you were just like, okay, well, is Butter's wife an alt account or is it her account? You know what I mean?
It was her account. Yeah,
obviously it's her account. Yeah. But as in like, those are the sort of like, those are the sort of things that you have to assess if you're assessing that sort of stuff. And that's not an easy decision to make. Do you know what I mean? If I have two accounts and I just say one's my sister's, who's going to tell me it's not my sister's? It's like
it's also like a very like weird, like TOS in general is like so broad. You're not supposed to use PokeGenie. You're not supposed to use IV checkers. Like you're not supposed to do all these things. Like,
I imagine third-party gotchas.
Yeah, all that. Like those are all against TOS. So, again, obviously that's for Niantic to decide on what's bannable and what's not, what's suspendable and what's not, and TPCI is just going to say, all right, well, if you can play right now in this tournament, then you're fine, right? The main thing that TPCI though these days, especially, is for your username. It has to be like brand appropriate and it has to be appropriate in general. So, for example, Hot Pocket used to go by Hot Pocket, has now changed its name to Out of Pocket because Hot Pocket.
Speedy slipped up again.
He did, but I slipped up so many times in Peoria.
But you did it on the first one.
Yeah. He slipped up. Yeah, he did. It's tough, right? So, like, there's certain things where like you can't have because that's a brand, right? Hot Pockets are a brand. It's spelled differently, but it's unfortunately still a brand. What's his name? Thanks Obama has to probably change his name. He can't because it's like political, right? Another example, Last Damnation, right? A little bit too intense for the Pokemon Company, so he had to change his name. One of this guy's his name was Poop Soup. He had to change his name. Yeah. So
some of these names are kind of funny.
Yeah, but anyway, so those are things where like if you don't change your name, you will be penalized. There was actually one person, I won't name the name. Honestly, I don't even remember the name, but they had a name that wasn't like appropriate either on stream, but they ran out name changes. Like they obviously couldn't. So they just made sure that like it wasn't on stream, right? Like we the name shown because the player names on stream are really inputted in behind the scenes in production. Like Thanks Obama was just named as Thanks. Or Last Damnation, I think was named Last D4 at last year's qualifier, right? So they could change that so that it doesn't, as long as you don't see it on screen, like they make sure they blur it out when you're sending the friend request, all that stuff. It's fine, but the main thing is that is a rule though now, so make sure your name is appropriate. That's all I'm saying. So that's the biggest thing. I think Pokemon related names is fine. Like if you want to say like Sir Growlithe, right? That'll probably be appropriate, right? Like that's not like it's a brand, right? It's a Pokemon brand, but like it's fine because it's their own brand.
Yeah,
so that's fine.
I wonder about
if you'd be like, I want to kill Growlithe, right? Then that's probably not appropriate, right? So, like that's like too far. So it's not the Growlithe
I wonder
part,
about
it's the kill part. Yeah,
things like anime references, but that are not Pokemon anime, because there's a lot of like One Piece references and things like that, and I wonder how they'd feel about that.
It depends on how on point it is. I think if you're like saying like,
there are multiple Luffy's.
Goku 24 or something. I don't know. That one might be a little trickier. I don't know if like the name of the character might be okay.
I mean?
Yeah, that's a good one. If it was like Dragon Ball Z fan or something, right? Then that would probably be no go. I wonder
Yeah,
if you
fair
name
enough,
out the
fair
character. I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask. Honestly, if you want to be safe, just don't do that. Like a lot of the other games like TCG and VGC, they just use their first and last name. And that's
Yeah.
pretty much what it is. Like not a lot of like Unite has their own gamer tags in Pokemon Go as well. But
I think
a
we're
lot
kind
of
of special like that.
yeah.
And it's good as well because it's like I think also maybe the VGC and TCG players do refer to people with their actual names now, since the game's been around for like quite a long time. But I feel like there's definitely people in those communities where they usually refer to them by their like Twitter handle or something like that, or like their game tag.
Wolfie's a good example.
Yeah,
Everyone calls
exactly.
him Wolfie, right? He's
Yeah.
not. I mean, obviously, I don't actually know his full name, but everyone refers to him as Wolfie. Obviously, his full name's not Wolfie, right?
Yeah,
It's one
exactly.
name.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So there
I think
are.
they should do that for the other games as well, but
Yeah, there's some
probably a bit too
anonymity
late.
and anonymity, and also in a lot of gamer
Mhm.
stuff. Anyway, yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, DH Khan. And Polly did compete at Knoxville last year, so it's obviously his account was not banned at that time. Toisel says, been a bit behind, just finished episode 119 and finished 118 a couple of days ago. Which is worse, Anicor and his calculator, or Speedy miscalculating when episode 100 would be?
Hey, see? At least I got the calculation correct.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm saying.
The
That's an
calculator don't
upgrade
let
right
you
here.
down. That's true. Yeah, can't rely on those human math skills. I think the loser of the next bet should have to do an ASMR stream. Oh, okay.
Hey, I
Also,
will do that for free. Yeah.
I know
I'll
it's
do
not
that
much
as
of a
win.
punishment is the main problem.
Nah,
Also,
man.
I agree with Caleb that there should be badges for 2 times and 6 times top cut. See, thank you. At least 6 times. You can maybe make the argument of 2 times, like, but you should put a disclaimer that it's 2 times is not enough.
When
right?
do we
Time's not
stop?
enough.
Where do we stop?
What do you mean? Who's gonna get more than 6 in one season? It's per season. It's not
True,
6
that's
over
true, yeah,
all
that's
time,
true.
right? That's really hard. They're not increasing the amount of regionals, right? Yeah. Hey, if you make top cut 7, 8, 9 times in one season,
you deserve a badge.
you
Yeah,
deserve
true.
every freaking arrow
Yeah.
on that bullseye.
That
Let me
is
just
true,
say,
that is true,
just like the
yeah.
2 arrows too. You deserve both of those. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. There's only been I don't know if after this weekend it's still true or not. I think it is. There's only been
What?
one person that's made top cut twice so far this season. It's not Time Crusher. Right?
Wow.
It's true, right? Who was the top cut of? Yeah, I think so.
Let's have a look.
It's well, to be fair, no tournaments in Oceania yet. Only one in Latam and one in Europe. So obviously the number will grow. But so far, yeah, the only because Doombug didn't make top cut in Pittsburgh, and he judged in Peoria.
Mhm.
So the only person that's made top, there's only been one person made top cut twice this season. It's not an easy achievement, Anicor. I'm
True.
just saying. How many top cuts have you had? I'm just saying. It's not the easy achievement. Give Nighttime Clash that badge, myself included.
that is true. Yeah.
All right,
I
Justin
wonder if he
Kimbu
has the badge.
says,
Maybe he has it already.
"Well, how would he?
Yeah.
He didn't make top cut. He's made top cut 4 times, but it was between 2 different seasons.
Yeah, true.
So it wouldn't count. Yeah.
Wait,
Justin
I thought you convinced them to make the badge.
I
Did
don't
you
know.
not?
I said it, but I don't know if they
Oh,
actually
okay.
did it.
Well.
Yeah, I don't think they actually did it. Let me double check though.
Just trying to keep you quiet.
I'm not stopping, man.
Apparently.
Every episode, I'm saying something until it happens. It looks like in fact,
I don't think you have it, bro.
do not have that badge.
Nah.
I don't. But is what it is. Justin Kimbu says, I would love to see Ultra League and Master League in play, but I'm not holding my breath. The barrier to entry for Great League alone is high enough, and it escalates very quickly in the bigger leagues. But I personally enjoy playing in the Ultra League most. There's just a lot more room for strategy, in my opinion, and there's less hard countering. Hell, I've even beaten a few Tapu Fini with a Greninja. By the way, love that team, Caleb. Yeah. I mean, Tapu Fini versus Greninja, you could just muscle through with Hydreigon. If they don't land that Moonblast, it's actually not that bad. Shifting gears, thank you both for talking about the recent Poly controversy. I thought your views were balanced, given your obvious biases. I think the most compelling argument in Poly's favor is the total lack of ancillary evidence to support the accusations. If he were truly a misogynist or transphobe, this would almost certainly have been obvious at some other point with some other women and or transgender individuals. As you noted, people who hold those toxic views don't hold them in isolation. Unfortunately, I would guess this is going to be where it ends, with everyone worse off than where they started. This is the inevitable result of making serious allegations without any corroborating evidence. Either the allegations are true, in which case you don't want to retract them, or they aren't, in which case you're in so deep you don't want to retract them. So this is probably where things stay unless Polly actually turns out to be a misogynist or transphobe, in which case we all know where we stand. And I got to find another podcast since Caleb will be deleting his Pokemon Go accounts. It's all bad. It makes me sad inside, but I hope everyone involved can learn and eventually heal from it. Yeah, that's really well stated, Justin. Since last week, not too much has happened overall, but since the recording of our last episode, Kaiser, our resident news reporter on the topic, did actually have JR Honda on his stream. And for those that are listening to this, you might be able to find it on Kaiser's stream. It's Kaiser Tenor on Twitch. You might still find the VOD. It might have been gone by now. I don't know. But if you listen soon enough, I think it should still be up. Because it should be up for like 2 weeks, I think, at least. But he came on the stream. Did you watch that stream?
Nah, I heard about it. I had some locals give like a like when you're following sports games via text.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing that.
Oh, okay, a little
They were
text
just like
update.
relaying what was going on. Yeah.
So I would say I listened to the whole thing, and it was interesting. So JR Honda essentially apologized. Obviously, the apology didn't come out before Paulie had to write his expose, right? It didn't come out before that 20-page document from JR Honda, which is no longer available. So you could take it with a grain of salt, but he didn't have to go on the stream, in my opinion. He went on, he apologized, he tried to clarify some stuff, and he said, like, that's the TOS violation that Paulie did was not the reason why he was kicked off. Like, he wasn't kicked off, he left his own volition. I think he said like he didn't have a chance to even tell Paulie about the TOS or account sharing thing. So he's still saying by the account sharing thing happened. We can only take his word for it. I don't know, but when he left, like, he didn't really tell him about that conversation he had with Niantic and yada yada yada. So that wasn't the reason why he was removed. Jared Honda's also no longer NDA'd or partnered with Niantic anymore after the fact.
Wow. Okay.
And he just said that he's just working on himself, and he did apologize. Well, Kaiser asked him a couple times, like, "Hey, like, will you be willing to say you're sorry to Palmer's Up Justin for this?" And he did, and he also said, he can't speak for Enhoff in this situation, but from his standpoint, he's never heard of Justin say anything misogynist, transphobe, or just anything mean in general. He said he's always been like a really upstanding and nice person to work with, and he's worked with him for years. And some of the stuff that he said, obviously he agrees was out of line, was when he was in a emotional state, and he wasn't trying to justify for it. And he does regret those decisions, but and he said, it's not the first time I've done that, right? I've had some of those missteps throughout the years. And he took accountability for pretty much everything. I don't know about everything, but like pretty much everything that he was called out for, right? I think he did. He was very honest in that respect. Or I don't know if he's honest or not, but he just owned up to a lot of things, right? And it felt genuine to me, at least. Of course, I can't speak for Paulie. I can't speak for anyone else. Obviously, some people can say, "Oh, that was a good apology." Some can say it's not. Obviously, it did come after all this stuff came out, right? So people can be like, if you're truly remorseful, if you're truly sincere, you would apologize. You would have stopped the harassment. You would have stopped spreading rumors about Paulie, blah, 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 ahead of time. All fair. But I do think that there's some merit in still owning up to it and not just doubling down, tripling down, pretending all that stuff didn't happen. And I just remember one very poignant part in that stream where Kaiser's asking him about, the Cochino mom thing, like, oh, like why do you all do all this stuff? He's like, yeah, that was not really my place I shouldn't have added that, for the most part, is what he said. And he said, I've known the Cochino mom since like 2019, and we used to banter sometimes online stuff and all this stuff. And we just never really got along very well. Like, I think they were friends at some points, but a lot of times they weren't friends. And he said something really like interesting to me. And I guess it wasn't a surprise, but he said, I just wanted to be liked, right? I just wanted to be friends. I just want to be liked by others. And that included coaching mom and include like some other people that he might mentioned. And it was just very interesting because I think at the end of the day, a lot of people feel that way, right? Regardless of how much people might say, like, oh, like, I don't care if I got haters, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think as much as tough as people put on an exterior on, unless you're like actually like a straight up psychopath, like diagnosable, and you literally feel no empathy, you don't care about whatever. Like, most people care to some degree or to a very large degree of how people view them. Especially when you're as a content creator or you have some type of platform, and obviously JR Honda did. He was CEO of one of the biggest grassroots orgs in Pokemon Go. And so, and sometimes when you have those desires, right, and you feel like people are talking bad mouthing you or whatever, it might drive you to do certain things. Maybe that's not the best. And so anyway, I'm not really sure what to make of it too much. I'm just giving you all an update on it. Like I said, I've worked with JR Honda in the past, and I did consider him a friend at certain points, and he's looked out for me at times that I am grateful for, because I probably wouldn't be where I am today without his help at certain times. But I also can't condone his actions, and I think he understands that. Most people understand that. That being said, it was interesting, and I do give him respect for coming clean on this stuff and saying his piece. Obviously, again, all bias aside, just him saying he's never seen Polly say anything transphobic or misogynistic doesn't clear Polly's name, right? But it's just additional like statements that says that there is no evidence of it. I don't know. I mean, if there is evidence, send it our way, right? Send it Polly's way, send it wherever. But it was just another statement from someone that was talking poorly about Polly for months, and then later came clean on it. So again, we tried our best to cover it as incomprehensive as possible and presenting us with our biases, and I hope people can move forward on it. I hope people find some peace. But like Justin said, I think Justin worded really well. It's things won't really end if nothing, if either sides are kind of still in a stalemate in that regard. But it is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was interesting, and I mean this in all sincerity. I hope JR Honda gets the help he needs and can also find some peace in it too. Not to say that like he doesn't deserve the flack he got or whatever, but it's just not a fun place to be, right, on the receiving end. And
I think what you said about
he's a person at the end of the day too, just like everyone else.
I think taking accountability is very important, because I think everyone can be forgiven for the bad things that they do, but to start that process of being forgiven by other people, I think it starts with being accountable for yourself and actually admitting that you were wrong, right? Because personally, I believe that anyone can be forgiven, anyone can change and have like a new start. But again, it starts from like acceptance.
Yeah. And around that same time too, it was actually right before we went on the stream. He's looking to sell the org at this point, but all the Stadium Elite teams left: Stadium Elite Gold, Stadium Elite Silver, Stadium Emperors, or whatever EUMs used to be when they joined. They left. They all left, and then pretty much everyone that I know for the most part left Go Stadium. I think there might be still some people still working behind the scenes, like a skeletal crew, but for the most part, everyone left the org. That used to be in leadership, and below that as well. So yeah, I think Stadium for the most part is at least on right now on hiatus, but might be might be done for the foreseeable future, which means that Dracovic kind of got a monopoly. And I'm a little concerned. I'm not a fan of monopolies, right? I might have some friends that work for Dracovic, but y'all better use your power wisely, right? With you know what Peter Parker's uncle said, right? With great power comes great responsibility, and don't let it get to your head, right? Y'all do great work, so I give you the shout outs for sure. But sometimes a little competition is not a bad thing, Like there was in the previous few weeks / months, there was definitely some back and forth between Ghost Stadium and Dracovic, especially on these GBL graphics, right? And who could turn them out faster, who's got each, right? Who's on what? I never was on either. I think if any of mine were on Dracovic's graphics, it was just any teams I released prior on YouTube that they could just grab.
Yeah.
But I never sent in anything like, "Hey, Dracovic, use this," or "Go Stadium, use this." Because I gave the same response. I was like, "Look, I'm looking out for my patrons first. Like, if I have a team that's not released, I'm not releasing it to you all, right? For you to post on the first day of the meta rotation. I mean, that's just my thing, right?" But
now, do you know what? I agree because I thought that everything Ghost Stadium were doing since the beginning of the season was just quite good in comparison to the stuff that they've been doing for the rest of the year, right? Like you said, the GBL graphics, some of the other stuff, it was like valuable content, right? I thought the GBL graphics thing was a really good idea. You're getting teams from some of the best players in the world. Really good idea. I think you're right. A bit of competition is good because it means that everyone continues to produce things of value, right? You feel like you have to keep it up. But I will tell you this, yeah? We at Dracoviz constantly have competition. The competition is ourselves. Yeah. we are constantly
that's like, if that's not
improve.
in a fortune cookie, that should be right.
Constantly
I thought you were about to drop
improve,
some deep like insider knowledge or something I didn't know. Just doing some corny thing in there. My gosh.
Yeah, bro. Honestly,
that hot chip got to your head. Your brain's been cooked.
No, but you know what? Genuinely, I believe that it's something we were discussing earlier today. But for example, with the tournament platform, recently a few features have been added which weren't on Sylph's platform, right? And it's not a bad thing that it wasn't on Sylph's platform, but rather, Sylph made the basics of what was necessary to create grassroots, right? But further than that, they just focused on the metas and things because obviously they were doing everything themselves. So the tournament platform itself kind of plateaued at some point and just stayed the same. But I think now that we're doing something new, there's so many ideas that we can borrow from other games, so many ideas that we get from people's feedback that we're integrating. And we're getting features and stuff that are so good for the game and the community and stuff like that we've never had before. And it's like, it feels like we never knew what we were missing. Yeah. But now we're seeing it, and there's just like, there's so much more we can do in this space, so I'm yeah, I think obviously, like I said, competition's good, yeah, but I think we're still, we've got so many big ideas when we're not stopping anytime soon. So, I don't think you need to worry about that.
Yeah. To play devil's advocate on my own concern too, you got some great sites like PV Poke. No real competition with PV Poke, but he still creates great work. So it's not like just because you don't have competition, you can't create great work. But I'm just saying, I'm gonna hold you accountable, and everyone listening should too, right? Hold them accountable. Until I see at least 2 bullseye on my badges.
I knew it.
I
Bro.
know
That's
y'all
long
are
as he's holding us
slacking.
accountable.
Y'all are slacking. Just saying. If Ghost Stadium was around, they have player profiles. You know the moment they hear I got snubbed, they're gonna add their own badge or 2-time top cut, right? You're like, this is the place if you want some legit badges and player profiles.
Bro, you'd be the only guy who has a badge. Like,
Look, personal catering, I don't mind. That's some good customer service. Ryan Colgrove says, Caleb dodging in Sacramento. We love to see it. All jokes aside, looking forward to the event and the cast. Hope this comment ages well and a Swablu goes all the way. All the way is bold, RC Cola, but out of like the 50 people you all sent, there was one in the top cut. So I'm just kidding.
There's a
It
decent
wasn't
ratio.
50 people, but it was a good chunk. But hey, there's more Swablu's in top cut than Cool Cats. I will say that. So
One.
yeah, one. Well, there's only one Cool Cat too that attended and competed, but it's not about the numbers, you know. We'll talk more about Sacramento too, but I think I made the right call by dodging. Red MJ Ju says in Seattle it was 3 events at 2 different venues. I did 2 of the 3. Great day of battles. Then a bunch of us went out for dinner. So nice having in-person events again. Wait, what's the reference on that one? Do you happen to know?
I imagine locals.
Oh, locals. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Sorry. I was thinking about like Seattle Go for some reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 events at 2 different venues. That's awesome. That's so many great battles, but like, hey, like
That's also
I just
kind of
went out for
wild that they
dinner
did.
and then like
Yeah.
just like you all can hang out, do some trades, talk strategy, right? Like it's just
Mhm.
that's an awesome time. So
Do you know what that feels like? That feels like community day for
but for
PvP
PvP.
players.
Yeah. Community day for championship
Sick.
points, you know.
Exactly.
Rack up the points.
Amazing.
Man, I need to travel to one of these spots. I'm just saying. I know Dijon the Gym was talking about it on the Sacramento stream. He said the biggest tournament I think they had was 9 people. I'm like, 9 people? We had like 15 plus people in ours. We had a Swiss and then a single elimination bracket, and that was just for 15 points. 9 people for 50 cup points sounds like a steal.
Wild, yeah.
But anyway, maybe we gotta make our trips out there. So that does it for the YouTube comments. And let's talk about Sacramento because I just got back yesterday and it was a pretty good tournament. A lot of the West Coast players showed up. How many total players were there? Like 80 something, I feel like.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so it was
like
actually a
87,
decent.
I think.
Yeah, it was a decent amount. I withdrew as well. So one less person to lose to Elite, which was probably for the best. Yo, I'm watching Elite go at it, right? Day 1 for sure, but day 2 straight up didn't lose a single battle. I'm watching him sweep every opponent, and I'm like,
you know how it feels.
now who gonna make fun of me now, right? Y'all on the same list, right? Of being swept by Elite. The guy's good. The guy's good. And I was just saying this
I think
too.
there's no doubt.
Jokes would have been on me if I came into Sacramento preparing for like triple Alolan Sand Slash counters, only to run to Elite with 0 Alolan Sand Slash on his team. Because I knew Elite was going, and I was like, "There's no way he doesn't bring Alolan Sand Slash, right?" Like that was like his MVP. Like he brought it to Silph Continentals, he brought it to Fresno, he probably brought it to Worlds. I don't know his Worlds team, but he probably brought it there. And no, he didn't bring it. No steel types on his team either, and he swept. He swept. He played really well. But yeah, the event was cool. Some really good plays. One of the brackets was super stacked. I forgot which one. I think it was the one Axon was in. Was super stacked. But he faced off against Nighttime Clasher pretty early on, and even Axon didn't make it into day number 2. He actually got eliminated by Andrew Manharis, which was a rematch from NAIC Grand Finals, which is kind of funny. Yeah, it wasn't streamed, unfortunately. And the Andrew Maharis didn't even make it top cut because he got eliminated before that. So
yeah, bro, so many people
stacked.
hitting the losers bracket. It was kind of wild. I'd see like certain groups, right? Like for example, I think Group B, I was like, that's surely Bird Power's group. And nah, although she did get to like the losers semi-finals, I think.
Yeah.
And then I think yeah, you're right. Group C, it's Axon, Gerald, Andrew Manohara's, Bopper. Yeah, pretty mad group, that one.
Yeah.
Nighttime Clasher wasn't in that. Oh, he was actually.
He was in that one because he lost to Axon. He went like 2-2, I think. He said it was his worst performance to date. But I mean, he lost to, I don't know who Hypester is, but he lost to Axon. And he went 2-1 against Toasty Paul Rick, a fellow local of mine. Actually, a fellow listener of the podcast too. What's up? What's up, Rick? And then he lost. He went 2-2, so he went out pretty early. Mormon Matt was in that bracket too.
Yeah, man.
Mormon's pretty good.
Shout out to Mormon Matt. Yeah, obviously we have watched his journey from like, I don't know, was it like
Salt
his
Lake
first
City.
time playing Go in Salt Lake City? Yeah, and I was impressed. I was impressed at the
Yeah.
the
I wish he
improvement.
brought
Yeah.
Wigglytuff. I think Wigglytuff would have been pretty good for him.
Low-key Wigglytuff. I mean, do
Yeah.
you know what the thing is though? Is that like
He
a
was
lot of
just really scared of
teams
the Shadow
just
Venusaur, I think.
yeah, it's understandable. Yeah, a lot of teams just not really too many checks to Chalmers.
Yeah,
in general.
not really. Josh Lee too. Just me, Josh Lee. 2-1 against Axon. That was a wild battle. Lost to Bopper and then lost to Eomero in the winners and losers, but pretty far run. Yeah.
That was a funny match watching his reactions though. Because he was like so aware that he was playing world champion.
He's like, oh wow. I was like, I won?
Exactly. That was funny.
Doombug was playing great too, but I talked to Doombug beforehand because he sent me his team. He said, hey, look, I know you're not competing now, so here's my team. What do you think? I said, a little bit weak to Water Gun Lantern because he had no grass, but also kind of just weak to Lantern in general. He's like, no, it's fine. I know how to play around it. And I think he played great around it on day one.
Yeah.
But the problem is when you face someone really good, you need a check. You need a check. I said the same thing with Roberto too, because my teammate, he was asking me for feedback. He had no grass either. I was like, dude, you need a check to Lantern. Because
this was the problem for SJ in the
winners
in
finals,
Peoria as well.
Yeah, Peoria.
Thing,
I mean, SJ was able to play around Spark Lantern, but the Water Gun Lantern was just a huge core breaker for him. But even if you have like ground types to the Spark Lantern like Swampert and Gligar, it's just not enough. It's so safe. Yeah. It's so safe. How do you check freaking Lantern? Man, I don't know.
Grass.
I got a local coming up this upcoming weekend, so I'm not gonna bring Lantern myself, but I got some spice. I'll show you after this recording. You can tell me. You can tell me what you think of it. But yeah, it was a fantastic tournament. A lot of big names, but also a lot of first-time top cutters as well, which was kind of cool. We got that. We got the Fire Bros, the Shadow Charizards, the Frostfire, and the Dray Flames. Frostfire, I was very impressed by Frostfire. Frostfire played really well. Yeah, he played super well. He even beat Wenko 2-0 in the losers finals.
Yeah, do you know what? I still haven't watched that match.
Oh,
was
yeah,
that the
you
one
should.
that was on stream?
Yeah, it was a lot. I think it was the last battle.
I missed the
they
end
showcased
of
all the losers.
day one.
Yeah,
but I
they
wanna
showed
watch
all the
that.
winners and losers day one.
I'm interested to see how Wanko plays because I've never actually watched him play.
Yeah, no hate on Wenko because he's definitely one of the best players in the world, but he misplayed a couple times. But he also didn't have a clear Shadow Charizard answer either. I think his best answer was Swampert. I don't think he even brought it into both games. He brought it into like one of the games, but not the other one. But yeah, Frostfire just leaned on the Charizard. Yeah, Frostfire played completely on point. Wenko like got a little greedy at certain points, and he really paid the price. So a little unfortunate, but it's good to see him back in the competitive scene. I know he kind of took a break from the game for a while, so he's in California. I think in SoCal, so we'll probably see him at least in LA. We'll see if he goes to locals or not too. But yeah, Elite took it all the way. Pretty meta team overall, but you know what? Meta's meta for a reason. You know, we had a Guzzlord all the way into grand finals from Bopper. That Guzzlord look, and he only lost to Elite. He won against every single other person. He got swept by Elite, unfortunately, but you know, it's he's a good guy, so there's no shame in that. But yeah, he lost. He got 2-0 by Elite, and he went 2-1 against Joggerswalt, 2-0 against Frostfire, 3-0 against Doombug in the losers finals, and then he went 0-3 against Elite in the winners finals. I think Bopper could have probably taken at least 1 or 2 games off of Elite in that grand finals, but it was just a few misplays here or there.
Yeah.
But again, that's the thing. If you're good, you just played your win cons, you make no misplays, and you hope that your opponents make some if you're in a bad situation. And Guzzlord was, it looked really strong at times, but also at the same time, like against Umbreon, it actually didn't look as good as I thought it would. Like Umbreon was just tanking some of these moves much better than I thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm a bit impressed by Guzzlord because you know what? Obviously, I was chatting to you last week, right? I was talking about an alternative dragon type, yeah. And
what was it? Shadow Dragonair? Oh no, Arctibax?
Yeah.
Oh, Butter's on the Arctibax grind too.
Bro,
I think the Guzzlord bulk is kind of the typing of Guzzlord is really nice.
I'm debating this now as well because I'm like, low key, I think Guzzlord does everything that I wanted Arctibax to do, but again, it's bulkier. the typing's a bit better.
You're both weak to counter anyway, so it's not a big deal
Exactly.
there.
I think the only advantage is not being, completely weak to ice, but having the more dominant matchup against things like Licky, Umbreon, can be, maybe a bit more useful.
Yeah, Bopper didn't really use that at all on day 1, but day 2 he was leaning into that Guzzlord, and I think for good reason. I mean, there were no fairy types in day number 2. There were barely any steel types either. Like there were some steel types, but not a lot, and most people only have one steel type. Like what? I don't know what's going on with this meta, but I like it. I like it. You know?
Yeah.
You know what would have walled off Guzzlord though?
Don't say Carbink. Bev, this is not a Carbink propaganda show. Like,
just you wait. I might have it in my local. I've been hunting for this Carbink, right? I've been hunting for the best Carbink, the rank 1. I had the rank 3.
You got the
5, 13, 5, 14, 15. I caught actually another rank 3, the same exact spread this weekend. But doing swaps with Butters backstage, right? Because we're trying to knock out some trades because we're filling up on backspace. I'm praising. Whoa, this might be it. He's like, oh shoot, really? Right? I'm like, this might be it. And let me pull up the spread for you because I was looking at it. I was like, this might be it. I check it. Rank 1, Best Buddy Carbink, which you can't even get from Best Friend Traits. You can only get it from Ultra Friend Traits or lower. But because Butters is so bad about opening gifts, we're still Ultra Friends after over a year of friendship, almost 2 years of friendship, right? We're still only we just hit Ultra. We literally hit Ultra Friends this weekend at Sacramento, so we weren't even Ultra Friends. Like not like long overdue Ultra, like almost at Best Buddy, right? I get the rank 1 Carbink Best Buddy, and here let me just show it for the camera, so y'all can see it firsthand in case you end up facing it one day. You'll know what you're up against. But look at that beautiful spread right there. It's I think it's a 4, 14, 15 or 3, 15, 3, 14, 15. I don't know. Anyway, it's the Best Buddy rank 1. Best one you can have. I simmed it with the compared to rank 1 for the Rock Throw variants. You pick up Gligar and the 1 shields.
Well,
yeah,
worth it.
That's about all you can pick up, but still,
I
take it. I take it. I've been using it a little bit in GBL. It's been pretty solid. So, say what you want, but I think this is a shutdown.
You have to prove it first.
Don't worry. Let's look at this against Elite's team, right? Let's look at Elite's team as a quick example.
Gligar,
okay, you lose
Medicham,
that. Gligar not so bad. Medicham not terrible.
Yeah, not terrible in it, but like this is you can say that about so many things. Right?
Frostlass,
you only really win
Umbreon,
2 matches.
Good.
Yeah.
Lantern kind of neutral. Lantern's got to shield that Moonblast. You kind of have to shield Moonblast. Medicham, you pretty much have to shield.
Okay, you would bring it into that team.
Of course I would. Why wouldn't I?
I mean, yeah, I'm still not completely
okay. Frostfire's team
until I see it.
Superior, I lose. Registeel, I lose. Umbreon, good. Charizard, fantastic. Lantern, pretty neutral. Medicham, kind of neutral. Right. Second place team, Bopper's team. Venusaur, nah. Lickitung, not too bad. Sableye, hard wall. Guzzlord, hard wall. Medicham, pretty neutral. Lantern, not bad. People only got like 1 or 2 checks on max.
Yeah, true.
We good.
I think maybe what you were chatting about, like tackle. Maybe tackle.
Yeah, I thought about it. It's so weird with tackle. I think there's like a chance you lose to Sableye with tackle and you lose to Frostlass with tackle, I think, too. So I think, you're a little bit better than Medicham and Zumro, but you just don't win the matchups you should afterward. So I think tackle might not be the play. I always have the option, and that's not a hard thing to TM, but we'll see. Maybe I bring him to my local this weekend. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, let me know.
I'll keep you posted. And if I don't win it, it's because it's not fully best buddied yet.
Yeah, that'll be the reason.
Yeah. But that was Sacramento. Did you have any other thoughts on the meta and stuff? You think we're going to see some Guzzlord at Lille this weekend?
I think possibly. I think we'll definitely see more Charmers this weekend.
A lot of people are saying Shadow Charm Ninetales was going to be super good into the meta.
Yeah.
Into the top 8 especially.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, so far we have seen a shift each regional in terms of the meta. So that I kind of like already, right? There was way more ice types last tournament, and
There's
as a
still a
result,
decent amount
also
here. You at least had
decent
a frost
amount.
sauce too.
A lot less grass types. I don't know. I find it interesting that there's still space for things to shift. So I expect to shift this weekend as well. Partly because this will only be the second EU tournament so far,
Mm-hmm.
and also based on the fact that the meta is wide enough where things can shift. I think also one thing that a bit of a personal plug.
Okay.
We started a few of the Asian Pacific Championship tournaments
Yeah.
recently. So this was the thing I was chatting about last time. So
Yeah.
the two regions that have started are Japan and Australia.
Okay.
And some of the picks being used there, again, it's Open Great League format and it's Show 6. So,
Same format.
it's pretty much, this is the same format. I was seeing things like Mantine a lot more frequently than I would expect. Japan's hard to to assess because obviously their meta tends to be quite different anyway.
Is
But
Ishikawa boy in it?
he's not, unfortunately. No. He said he was
Oh.
too busy. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll send you. Let me send you the bracket because
yeah, I'm curious.
this is one thing that's like really interesting about this for me is this is kind of the first time that we've seen this many Japanese teams at once, right?
Yeah.
The only other time we've seen something similar would be at PJCS, where
Mhm.
we're seeing, if it's not the top 20 teams, then maybe a few more teams on stream. So we're seeing maybe like 25 to 30 teams at most. But
Right.
to see over 100 Japanese teams really gives us a good idea of their take of the meta. And I think it's
Oh, it's already
kind of
happening
interesting.
live. So they
Yeah,
play.
yeah,
They
yeah.
play 3 games either way. Oh, because it's Swiss, so it adds in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tiebreakers.
So
I see.
yeah.
Wow.
So there'll be some names that you recognize here, either from GBL or from Worlds or PJCS or something like that. But
Yeah.
it's interesting to see some of the picks people are choosing. Again, like I said, Mantine, Quagsire, I saw a lot more than I expected.
Yo, this guy, the homie
Chargebar.
right here,
Oh, what
AK-14
Carbink?
Rin. You got a Carbink and a Greedent and a Mandibuzz too. Maybe I should steal this team for this weekend.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot
Quagsire.
of interesting picks, and actually, I'll send you the Australian one as well because
Yeah,
the Australian
beautiful
one.
ocean, man. This guy running a Munchlax and a Chestnut and a Shadow Quagsire. What the heck? That's wild. That is absolutely wild. Yeah, I'll take a look at these two and maybe steal some team ideas. Steal
So
some
that's
team
the Australian one,
ideas.
and we're currently again for anyone who's listening who's based in Asia, obviously the Japanese and the Oceania preseason brackets have already started, but
Mhm.
we will be the RSVPs for India, Pakistan, for APAC, which includes Thailand, Vietnam, Singapore, Philippines, and Malaysia as well. We actually found it difficult to get in contact with players from those regions, but if anyone from those regions wants to play, by all means. There's also the Indonesia bracket that's starting soon as well, and also Taiwan, Hong Kong, and South Korea.
Okay.
So anyone from those regions you want to play, I mean, feel free to DM me or look up APC_Pogo on Twitter, and you can DM us there, and we can let you know. But I'm super excited about this. I can't lie, because
It looks good. There's a lot of people participating.
yeah, man. I'm hoping.
Did DFH sign up for Japan or no?
He did not. No. So
He might be busy.
Unfortunate. Yeah. I think also one thing about this that I knew was going to be a slight challenge, right, is everyone's from different regions, speaks different languages, so communicating the entire idea to the fullest capacity is sometimes a bit difficult, right, especially if there's certain language barriers. So I wonder if some people didn't quite understand exactly how it worked, and maybe they didn't enter because of that, or maybe some people thought it was going to be more of a time commitment than it actually is, because it's only 2 matches a week, so it's not too much of a time commitment in my opinion. But
Right.
again, maybe for some people,
Oh, you're
it's
playing
too
in the
much.
Australian one too.
Yeah, bruv. Yeah,
Oh, you're
of
trying to
course.
get your reps in.
You know, yeah, bro.
You're
That was the point.
revealing the secret
That was the
strats. You got
point.
the Archabacks too.
Yeah,
Yo,
bro.
y'all got to hear Anicor's team. Archabacks, Superior, the Axis Defense Form, Registeel, Sabwai, and Lantern.
Yeah. I'm still debating what things I'm going to change. So the Lantern was actually a last minute change. I replaced Swampert. Originally I didn't
Yeah,
have Lantern
Carbon
because I
Grease
didn't.
4 out of your 6. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well.
Better watch out.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
anyone's running
Now,
Carbon.
when you say beats, okay,
Stretching
yeah,
the truth a
okay,
little
yeah,
bit. Is it Water Gun or Spark Lantern? Maybe you don't want to reveal.
Well, you can change. You can decide the move set.
Before each opponent?
Yeah.
What?
So
Oh, that's
actually,
an
the thing is,
interesting rule. Wait, why
we
is
had
that the case?
Well, basically, the rule actually is that you can change your team each round. So
Wait, what? You could change your team each round?
Yeah. So the purpose of that is obviously,
Why?
I don't want people to, let's say they locked in a crap team at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then that's the tournament done for them.
Yeah.
And also I feel like team building is just as important of a skill to learn. So now that you've got the team building aspect as well as the playing aspect, it adds an extra dynamic.
Huh.
Yeah. So with the Japanese preseason, they're not changing their team each round, but it's just because they have quite a lot of rounds to fit in.
Yeah.
But when the normal season starts, everyone will be allowed to change their team each round for all
What?
regions.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
that okay.
Well, another thing, again, one of the things that I wanted it to do as well is to be useful for practicing like play Pokemon stuff. So
Yeah.
you can get a feel with loads of different Pokemon, which maybe you hadn't tried before.
That's
You can
fair.
try out different things each week.
I'd probably be leasing just on the same team, but
Yeah. I mean, you can do that as well. Yeah.
yeah.
There's nothing
Everyone in
wrong with that.
Australia in this tournament. Let's go.
Yeah. So I'm happy at the turnout we got, because apparently, some
40 people.
countries have a lot more active players than others. I mean, you see Japan has over 120, and that's not even all of them, right? India, I expect to have loads as well. But I think 40 people is a nice amount.
I forgot to mention this last week, but I looked up the size of Australia recently.
Yeah.
It's
There's no one there.
No, not that. It's the
right.
size of the United States.
Oh, right. Oh, physical size, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was
it's
thinking,
huge.
why are the flights so expensive? It's a small country. You just fly back and forth. You go to every region. No big deal. And then people said, no, the flights in Australia are kind of expensive. I was like, wait, why? I was like, it can't be that far to fly. And they're like, no. You got to get your geography right, Caleb. It's actually the size of the U.S. or about the same. And I looked at it, and they weren't even kidding. Yeah, it's like the arrangements of the space might be different, but the actual landmass is pretty much the same as the U.S.
Yeah.
That's wild. I was
You know what? Like always on the map, because it's at the bottom.
It's a bottom.
I think because like how they curve it,
well,
right?
it's not
It
even
might make it
that.
look
The
smaller.
U.S. looks. I mean, I don't think the U.S. is a small country, but it looks larger because you have Canada and Mexico, and you're just lumping. You see in like that top left corner, right? You see like all those countries together, like all three countries together. It's like, yeah, it's roughly like United States plus Canada, and Mexico, but like it's mostly United States, right? But if you cut off those part and you look at just the size of the map compared to Australia, it is about the same. Australia's all the way by itself on its own little island, so like it doesn't look as big because the nearest countries nearest continents next to it is Asia. So Asia's going to massive compared to it, so it's not going to look that big.
True.
But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wait, I'm throwing in for a big loop. So I completely understand now why the flights and traveling within Australia is actually not the cheapest endeavor at all.
Yeah.
So if
I also heard flipping. So I was so convinced that they just hadn't announced Sydney Regional, right? Because I was like, there's no way that you would, bruv. It's like, imagine you had LA Regional last year.
Yeah.
And then this year you're like, we're not doing LA Regional. We're doing Peoria instead. Bro, that's essentially what they did with Perth, yeah? And No, I read somewhere that actually they just don't intend to do Sydney Regional. They had like some budget cutback or something like that, and or do they have budget cutback or I don't know. And they're only doing 3 regionals this year.
Oh, yo.
Yeah,
Maybe we
peak
see some.
for
Do you know any Australians that might be traveling to EUIC?
not that I know of personally, but
There might be some.
I mean, I can imagine a few could,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know what the
But
price
again,
is
also
for it,
it's
but the price
yeah,
for me to
you'd have to
travel
take
to
a week off.
UIC is like about. Well, yeah, there's that too, but
Yeah,
the price of the flight is like 600.
yeah.
Just
Well, when
yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously flying back to Australia shortly, and I got a plane ticket for like £400.
Mhm.
So at the cheapest, £800 return. But
Yeah.
that's still quite a lot, That's like over $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth it. It seems
Are
a
you
bit.
going to Lille, by the way? You're still in
Nah.
Europe. What?
Yeah.
Why
So
not?
okay. So I think
This
I
is
was
your
going to say this
chance.
last week, right? So okay. So previously, yeah, I wasn't able to go because I was flying out the next
Yeah.
day, and
You told me off
you know,
air that you pushed the flights back.
yeah. So flipping, I didn't push my flights back. Yeah. Okay. I get an okay. So what was supposed to happen? I was going like flying China Air or something. Yeah. I was supposed to go from London to Qingdao. Yeah. And then from there to Melbourne. I get an email and they're like, yeah, China Air has changed the details of one of the legs of your flight. I look at the email, bruv, they changed the second leg, Qingdao to Melbourne, to 4 days later. What am I going to do in China for 4 days? On top of that, I find out from my friend, she's like, yeah, if you're going to be in China for 4 days, you'd need to get a visa. So I wouldn't even be able to leave the airport, even if I went.
You just
It's
camped
so
out in the
dumb,
airport for
bruv.
4 days. That'd be awful.
Literally, man. So basically, yeah, I cancelled it. And I was like, you know what? I kind of didn't do as many things as I wanted to while I've been here so far. So I thought I'll extend it by another week. So technically, I could go to Lille, but I don't know. I don't think
It's
I'm
not
gonna
too
go.
late, right? How
It's
far
not
is the
too late.
train
It's not
ride?
too late. Yeah.
How long is the train ride?
Train is actually super quick because you can get a direct train from King's Cross.
What?
But it's like, bro, it's like £200, isn't it? And I'm like,
Yeah, you play
don't
well
know.
enough, you're good. You got side events, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, I just ate a hot chip. Yeah, do you think I'm gonna bet myself right now?
Look,
I'm playing well enough
hit
to
me
make my
up for
money back
scrims. I got preference local.
in
I'll
1
give you
week.
all the carpet. Hey,
No.
I
I don't
could
know.
run you
Honestly,
through
do you
some
know what?
reps. I'm just saying.
I like if I had the intention of going, yeah, I would be on job with the whole practice, but honestly, is that plus again, I didn't feel like I had enough time to do as many as a lot of the things that I wanted to do while I've been in London. So I kind of just want to spend the weekend just catching up and stuff, really. So yeah, I kind of do wish I could go, but honestly,
It's like over
last year I
170
did
people too, right?
yeah. It's huge. I think the cap is 196. So
Even more championship points up for grab.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is the thing. I could definitely leave with championship points, but yeah, I think
Well,
the
don't
thing
say
is, I
definitely
did
now.
this
I
too
mean, if
much.
you don't do
Like,
practice, you might not get
right,
any. So
give me some credit, please.
yeah, I don't know. You're the one that said you didn't do any practice. Are you legend yet? Okay, let's not say it's a guarantee now for championship points. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I think last year I did a lot of this where I was just going to like loads of regionals because I think I went to like Bilbao, Lille, and Warsaw.
Okay.
So I kind of did the same thing
those?
last year. Yeah, and it was a bit tiring, I'm gonna focus on Brisbane. Yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna tell your story about scamming people, and then write your apology statement afterwards. And then
There's no apology. I don't apologize for nothing. I did what I did.
Made me who I am today.
That's right. I helped increase their security system. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Brisbane, and also, I've been focusing on setting up these Asia tournaments, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about that.
All right.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough. All right, let's talk about the events because let's go through some of these real quick. We got a couple. So we got Incense Day for Scroopy. It's on this upcoming
That's
weekend,
nice.
the 21st, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. local time. So it'll be during the event at Lil. But yeah, you just incense Scroopy, and then there's a bunch of other bugs that spawn. Windpot's probably the most relevant one. Jupiter, maybe. I don't actually know if any of these are new shiny forms. I don't think any of them are new. And then there's also there's a bug encounter for the Incense Day, and then there's a poison counter. Poison counter, Scrub, Krogan, probably the most relevant ones. Maybe Stunky, but again, not super relevant. And then you might be able to get a Alolan Grimer,
That's cool.
which it's okay. It's
I
not
feel like
Shadow,
they've
though, but yeah,
a lot of these have been in the spawn,
yeah,
have spawned frequently, where good for people who need to catch up, right?
yeah. I think it's good for those that need XLs for some of these Pokemon, but
yeah.
nothing super meta relevant. So that's that for that event. That's quick and easy. But best of luck if you do need some of those XLs yourself.
Well, also Guzzlord Raid Hour, not actually something we cover, but after Guzzlord at Sacramento, hey, stock up.
Yeah,
Stock up
I
while you
actually got a
can.
shiny Guzzlord at the venue, and I mirrored it with someone,
and it went over 1,500.
Yeah, it was like a 676. It was awful.
Nice.
It's awful. Butters got one though, which was nice. Happy for him. All right, so we have Halloween coming up. Halloween Part 1, so two-parter. Part 1 starts on the 19th, so Thursday, so right after this episode drops, or maybe depending on where you are in time zone, it might be already live. The 19th to the 26th, so about a full week. We have some Pokemon debut. We have Greavard and the evolution Houndstone, and it's a ghost Pokemon, I guess. I don't really know what this thing learns. Let me see.
Looking at it, it's Lick and Bite. So obviously Lick's the most relevant one. And then you've got Psychic Fangs, Shadow Ball, and
but
Dig.
it only powers up to 1149, so nothing
I
super.
was talking about Houndstone. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then they have the similar. They have pretty much the same moves then. Yeah, Bite and Lick again, Psychic Fangs, Shadow Ball, and Dig. So
So
I think it's
interesting, and maybe good for some sort of like limited meta. But the thing is it's not like
pure ghost.
It's pure ghost, but then you've got something like Cofagrigus, which is just way bulkier,
way better.
and
you have Shadow Ball. Lick is just not a good move.
Yeah,
Bite's pretty bad too.
But yeah, again, maybe limited.
The rank 1,
I like
14, 15. 2,500 at level 46. So you do need some XLs for this in Ultra League if you want to build one for Ultra League. But do you need it for Ultra League? Yeah, Dig did get a buff, but it ain't that much better. For comparison, Cofagrigus, the rank 1 in Ultra League, has about 200 more stat product. It's got more defense, a little less HP, a little less attack. I don't know. It's hard to justify, but catch him anyway, just in case. Catch him anyway. And then we have the debut, I think, of Shiny Phantom as well. So we have that. Yeah.
What?
Phantom will be shiny. Sandgas will be spawning in the wilds. I don't get it.
Wow.
We're like 2+ years into this already. Why don't they have wild spawn Galarian Yamask?
Yeah, I was expecting that this year would be the one.
Yeah,
but
we're
I mean,
like 2 years of this.
Maybe Halloween Part 2.
I
Because
hope so. I like the
last year. Yeah,
Niantic, I know y'all listening. Please, if it's not in the schedule yet, ain't too late.
Halloween Part 2, please.
Ain't too late. I'm just saying. Spiritomb will be in some time research as well. 2 times candy for hatching, extra XLs for nice, great, excellent throws, extra additional candies for nice, excellent, great throws, all that stuff.
The thing is, though, is that
the
stuff for XLs is again, like kind of niche stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
Sandgas you probably need XLs for, a little bit for Phantom. You don't have to run XL for Trevenant and Ultra League, but the higher rank ones you do need it.
Mega Bennett.
Mega Bennett, yeah.
I don't know, Trying to
those are probably the main
justify some
two.
of these. Yeah.
Meowth, you could get XLs for Berserker. It carries over. And
Oh
then
yeah, true.
Drifloon as well.
Yeah.
Drifloon XL is a thing.
Mhm.
And then and the Sandgas. But even in the field, so here's the thing. The field research doesn't even have Galarian Yamask either. It's Mischievous and
that's
Phantom. It says that maybe more other stuff. I don't know. But they're highlighting Mischievous and Phantom. Mischievous, I don't even know why they're highlighting that. But Phantom, I guess, for the shiny, but it's already spawned in the wild. Like, why? There's not even regular Yamask either, which people probably still on the XLs for. That's a weird
It's
one.
gotta be part 2, right? There's
I hope so.
like there's no way
I hope so.
that this can be. It's gotta be part 2. It's gotta be part 2.
Guzzler will be around until the 20th, and then Darkrai comes out, and then and then we have Megas for Mega Gengar until 20th, and then Mega Banette comes out after that.
Yeah, shiny Trevenant looking lit.
Yeah, it's not super meta relevant, but yeah, it's not too bad. And then following Pokemon will be hatched from 7 kilometer eggs, Munchlax, Riolu, and Galarian Yamask. Like, sure, from the eggs, that's fine. You could get the rank 1 Oshly for it, but like, why is it not in research and why is it not in the wilds? That's what I'm wondering. Why are we gatekeeping Runerigus? Like, it's not that good, is it? I'm just saying, did I miss something? I don't know. Anyway, so that's pretty much that's for the Halloween event. And then we have a new thing called Party Play. And
Bro, do you even understand what that is? Because
so
I'm
I
not
think you
gonna lie,
host
I
a
read it
party.
like 2, 3, 4 times, and I have no
Yeah.
clue what they're chatting about.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's released yet. Party Play, blah blah blah. I don't know if it's released yet. It might be, but it shows you how to do it on the website. So just check out PokemonGoLive.com, and then it'll be in the news tab. You open up Pokemon Go, navigate to your trainer profile, tap New Party tab, create a party. You'll get a numerical code or QR code they can share with up to 3 nearby trainers, and then you start and you do stuff. I think you could do different challenges. I think you like maybe raid together. I think it's mostly
But
raiding
what is
together.
the purpose of it?
You get some bonuses out of it. It's encouraging like more like in-person play, I guess, and with friends. So I think if you're all partying together and walking around doing stuff together, you get bonuses together. I like the sentiments. I don't think the bonuses are really worth it though. I think the bonuses were leaked somewhere or someone had already started some, but they were like, you get some Pokeballs and berries and maybe like, I don't know, not a lot of
Doesn't
Stardust,
seem
maybe
worth the effort.
something. Yeah, I do like the idea a lot. I just don't think I don't think the rewards are there yet. I think further implementation could be good. I mean, imagine if you're playing community day together and you're all like catching community day and you're getting bonuses for playing with each other. That's kind of cool,
True.
right? Or you're doing raid hour with a bunch of people. Like that could be cool. Honestly, like I probably still do that party play if I'm playing there already because with a group of people might as well get a few bonuses.
That's
but
true.
I think the bonuses themselves are not like super. They're not good enough to super incentivize. I also think that I don't have an alt account, but I think some people that do have alt accounts like this just incentivizes more multi accounting.
You get them dons on community days with like 2 phones in their hands, right?
Dude, some people got a whole ass tray. Like I'm just saying. Anyway, I mean, against CLS, so do it at your own risk, but not encouraging it. It is. I wouldn't not have this feature just because there's people that with multi accounts. Like people got multi account if they want to anyway. That's not a big deal. Like that's not going to be a thing that's going to change because of this. But yeah, that's going to be that first. So we'll see how that develops. But I do think it's an interesting new concept. And then we got Whooper and Paldean Whooper Community Day. And this will be on November 5th, which is before LEIC, before Brisbane. So you better be ready for this.
Wait, I am ready.
Clodsire. I'm just saying.
I am ready.
So
you know what Clodsire goes well with? Arctibax.
I thought you were saying some Carping. Carping too? Maybe. Maybe. No, I don't know. You're actually weak to ice. I won't say such as core breaks it. But yeah, so Galarian Whooper, poison ground type, I believe, right? Is that a unique typing? Is there nothing else with poison ground?
Yeah, Nidoqueen.
Oh, right. yeah.
Our friend.
Nidoking too, yeah.
The original human calculator.
The original what?
Human calculator.
Oh, the original human calculator.
Yeah, man was counting up to 5 regular.
Yeah, that's true.
Sesame
So
Street.
yeah. So we got the debut of Palday and Whooper. Obviously, we have regular Whooper as well, and they can both be shiny, which is cool. Obviously, it's community day. And Quagsire will learn Aqua Tail, which I think will be good for like some like niche cups or GBL cups. Like I think Sunshine Cup would be really good in. Obviously, Sunshine Cup won't be around by then, but I think that could be good. I think overall you probably want Stone Edge and Mud Bomb for the coverage because Mud Bomb, like otherwise you just lose his Steel types on Mud Bomb. Or if without Stone Edge, you just get completely walled off. Like Serperior going to come out with 1,000,000 energy against you. You also have like very little play against all flyers outside of Gligar if you're running Aqua Tail. Like imagine you're facing a Mana Bus and you have Aqua Tail to throw at it. Like that's just not going anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, I think it's a difficult decision to make, but also this is, I think, swaying more towards the game where we have all these options and the decision you make is based on what the meta is at the moment. So,
look,
you know,
the worst part about this,
mm.
about cost you 30 charge TMs at least to get the Quagsire moveset you want.
Yeah,
We got
that's true, that's
Sludge
true,
Bomb, we got Earthquake, we got Mud Bomb, we got Stone
Spray.
Edge, we got Acid Spray, we got does that Muddy Water? Water Pulse,
Nah,
maybe?
I think that might be it.
Water
I don't know
Pulse?
if it has a water move, you know.
I'm at 6 at least. Aqua Tail is about to get 7.
Yeah.
Let me just check
Rip
this
for
Quagsire real quick. It's
for some
got
people.
that's it, and it has return, but that's only purified. So,
Yeah.
I guess frustration at that same end. So it'll have up to 7 charge moves. You know how long that's going to take to get the moveset you want? You better. It's about being Mew 2.0, right? Mud Boy
for
Mew
real.
coming in hot. But anyway, we got Clodsire, which will be making its debut as well. And if you do that, it'll learn the charge attack Megahorn, which I don't know if that's like really that necessary. I don't know what Megahorn really gets it, but I haven't.
Well, it's a nice addition to the mood.
I guess it's
pool, at
nice, yeah.
least.
But I don't know
But
how
the thing
much.
is,
The current moves is really
so
good.
yeah, the current
Well,
moves are
predicted
too
moves.
good.
Predicted
Yeah.
moves. It
Well,
could change.
are they predicted at their mind?
Either way,
It could
regardless of
still
mind,
change. Yeah,
it can still change. Just like
Yeah,
what's this
it could
with
still
that
change.
Go-Go, right? It changed too.
Yeah, and I think it will change as well because at the moment it's too powerful.
I mean,
Like
hey,
these moves are too good.
I don't mind a little meta shift, right before the new GPL update.
But you
Mud
know
shot,
they're not going to do this. You know they're not going to do this.
Poison
They're not going to
Jab.
release a Pokemon with this many good moves. This is not possible.
Well, let's not forget it's getting Megahorn too. So it's so right now it's predicted that Poison Jab, Mud Shot. It's gonna have Surf, Stone Edge, Sludge Bomb, Earthquake, Acid Spray, and then Megahorn.
They've just copied all of Quagsire's moves and put
plus Surf, which is a really good move.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have Mud Bomb.
Yeah,
it's actually not too bad. I actually prefer that has Earthquake. Yeah, Mud Bomb would make it really, really strong. I think without Mud Bomb, it's actually not. It will look like old Quagsire. I think Stone Edge, Earthquake, Stone Edge, Sludge Bomb, or sorry, not Stone Bomb, Earthquake, Sludge Bomb.
Yeah,
I don't know. It could be interesting.
But this is the thing: the bulk is.
Let's compare the bulk.
You can't compare it to old Quagsire because it's just
So let's compare it to let's compare it to a Quagsire first. So rank 1 versus rank 1. So it has almost 400 more stat product, more defense, less attack, and a ton more HP. About like 50 more HP. So let's compare this to a Azumarill. Might be a better comparison. So compared to a Azumarill, rank 1 Azumarill, it's got 42 less stat product, which means it's almost as bulky as a Azumarill. About the same, a little more attack, a little less defense, and more stamina. Yo,
Rev.
I'm ready. I know that Carbink was short lived, but I'm ready for this. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah,
I mean, nice. How do you beat? All right, let's say you run Sludge Bomb, Earthquake. That's the moveset choice. Well, I mean, you just destroy Azumarill for sure. Actually, you lose in some situations. I guess it takes your effect from Ice Beam. Let's see, like against a Medicham, right? Y'all say we need to check Medicham. This is it. This is how you check it. You you actually lose the one shield against Medicham.
really?
That's busted. I mean, they have to land a Psychic, but you win with 3 HP. The rank 1.
But you know
that
what?
Medislayer probably don't though.
Yeah, at least
you win the 2s.
This puts Medicham in a predicament, right? And also, you're doing default IVs.
No, I'm doing rank 1s.
Oh, my rank 1s has Medicham losing all shield scenarios.
You're doing rank 1 Clodsire though? I did poison jab,
Yeah.
earthquake, sludge bomb. You had to put earthquake.
Oh right, yeah, no. I
Yeah, you
have
don't want the
surf,
surf.
so, yeah.
You need that earthquake damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you finish off Registeel. Registeel about to be extinct after this one. But hey, it might bring Galarian Stunfisk back to a degree. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly. Alolan Sandslash, I think you probably just lose, but I'm open to being
But again, you
brutal.
have Earthquake, so you can navigate that matchup at least.
Yeah,
And, like,
you have to land an earthquake though. It's close.
But again,
if they're
you know
running
what?
powder
I
snow,
think
it's even worse for you. If they're running powder
Yeah.
snow, it's just you don't win anything.
But yeah, in this meta, I think the most important thing is, having mons with coverage where, you might not win the head to head, but you have win conditions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the most valuable thing because, having Trevenant into a Noctowl, and is basically 0 win condition, but having Gligar into a Lantern and you've got win conditions on both sides.
You beat Lantern. This actually, I don't know if it's good for meta or not, because Gligar completely walls us off.
Like, but then you'd have to run something like Surf.
Yeah, I
what
guess
are you using the Sludge Bomb for?
That's true. Zero? I don't know. Yeah, the Zero matchup's not that clean.
Maybe you're just doing enough with poison jabs.
No, I don't think so. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, I think Azumarill, if you run Surf and Earthquake.
Yeah.
So if against a rank 1 Azumarill, you lose the zeros. You win the ones and twos.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I think you have to. Yeah, you go straight Earthquake. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I mean, how much Azumarill is it really? You could beat Lantern,
and especially
Lantern.
with this, there might be.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe you just run the Surf then.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
Would Water Gun Lantern would definitely be better into this, and actually, it's a very close matchup.
You actually beat Gligar, non-Shadow Gligar, in the ones and twos with Surf. That's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Against the Shadow, you lose all evens actually against the Shadow, so that's a good point. So that might be one reason to run Shadow Gligar after this. You win the zeros against a rank 1 Gligar though, Shadow Gligar. So, either way, it should be interesting. It might not have all these moves, but definitely one worth playing. Actually, let me check real quick what it looks like in Ultra League. I don't think it's going to be high enough, right?
I think it's like 2200, but maybe it's going to be similar to like Lantern, where it's like, 100. Does it? What's the stat product though?
Yeah, let me check.
As in, like, what's the stats? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's almost the same
decent?
as Lantern. 4078 is Clodsire. Lantern's 4095.
Maybe.
But then why don't you just run Nidoqueen?
Oh wait, is Nidoqueen got better stats then? No.
In Ultra League, I think so. The rank 1, yeah, it's got a little bit more.
Yeah,
it's got better moves, I think, too.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
True.
But anyway, so that's going to be definitely an event worth playing, and that will be on November 5th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And I don't think we have any tournaments during that time. I don't think we have any tournaments. Because the first tournament of November is LEIC, which is like the following week or something.
Yeah,
and then
true,
the only other tournament that month is Brisbane.
And Gdansk. Same weekend as Brisbane, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, damn, that's unfortunate for you all.
Yeah, I know. Maybe good.
Why?
Yeah. Well, you practice together, right?
Yeah, I guess. I guess if your tournament's not streamed out the way, it doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Takes a little spotlight away. But either way, so that's that for that one. So definitely be on the lookout. I think the bonuses are like hatch stuff. It's nothing like no Stardust and stuff. But I'm good on dust these days, man. I got over 10 million dust.
That's
breaking
wild,
it in.
Bro.
Yeah, what you at?
Honestly, what was I at before? Was I at 7 million? Because I'm still at 7 million.
Yeah.
But you know what the reason is because I still haven't done my trades. So I've been waiting to not been waiting really. I've just been a bit lazy. But I need to clear out some space in it. And while I haven't cleared out any space, I can't run my Go Plus. So,
Yeah.
Before I leave, I will clear out some space.
But
I don't feel the need to, Yeah, no, that's what I want to do. But it's like neither of us can be bothered to actually do the trades, right? This is like that's the obstacle initially.
My
you know?
least favorite is when they're
So-
inefficient with trades. Is Butters be appraising after every trade? I'm like, dude,
Oh, bruv, like, you
just
do it
appraise
afterwards,
after.
man.
You can tell he's
Yeah,
an
you know.
amateur trader. You know, yo, look, like
Who got
Butters,
time
great
for
guy,
that,
but he
man?
ain't the best trade partner, right? He gave me a rank 1, carbing, but man, the guy is inefficient with the trades. You know he's an amateur with trades. You just keep going. You just spam the trades. Get through 100,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Can't be sitting there
man.
checking one. You just mass appraise after. It's
Yeah.
way more efficient.
Bro, you can appraise him on the toilet, appraise him on the bus. You know, just
you appraise him afterward. You
whatever,
just search trade in and just appraise him.
Yeah.
How hard is it to appraise 100 things right after?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I just need to get through that, to be honest. But yeah, I will make space before I leave, and then I'll have a Go Plus with me when I go to Australia. So that should be fun.
Quickie low check. Where you at?
Oh, bruv, I think like 2850 or something.
Oh,
I like. I'll be. I basically after the legend thing, yeah, I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not racing to legend now. I may as well just try out some stuff in it. So tried out Octobac's team. It was okay, but it felt like every game I was really having to like put in the work. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I was thinking, I was just like, you know what? There's some teams where this you don't really have to do that, right? And then I switched to some Superior team, which honestly has been pretty decent actually. This Superior team.
I mean, meta's meta for a reason. I never Arctobacks just ain't it.
Do you know what? I think Octobax in Show 6, yeah, in GBL is difficult, man.
Just
You got
run
like
Guzzlord at this
Metachams,
point.
Carbinks. I'm debating now. Yeah. But yeah, there's too many like Charmers, Metachams, Carbinks, Bastiodons. It's like it's just not friendly
Sandslash,
for
yeah.
Octobax. Yeah, Sandslash, exactly. Yeah, so
Registeel too. Still
Yeah,
beats it
yeah.
pretty handily, right?
yeah.
You're
But you know
throwing
what? You
Registeel
have
moves
like
at everything.
yeah, you can play around it though. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
you
guess
know,
so.
the Dragon Breaths add up after a while. Avalanches, like you got to dip out quite often, but you can beat it in the end.
Well,
So
this
it's
isn't
not
the same
awful.
season. So next season is when you have to start putting on the clown
Yeah,
fits, right? Every
yeah,
week.
yeah.
And so just think about this. Just think now. Visualize this time next season, right?
Don't worry, I'm still going for
You're starting to
leaderboards
put
this
on the
season.
clown nose, right? You're starting to put the white foundation
Mhm.
while eating the hot chip. That's the best. Got the tears running through the makeup.
Oh, bro.
Okay.
My ear makeup is going to be melting.
I thought of something. This will be a huge
uh,
motivator to see who hits
on.
veteran first. I think we do.
Go on.
I like that veteran bet we had, right? First hit veteran, because it's like really like start off the race strong, right? No slacking
Right.
off, but it rewards someone that hits it first, right? You didn't actually
Right.
you didn't lose any elo actually on the day with Trevenant, so you gained a little bit, but
Yeah.
maybe that's a day where you could have gained more elo without Trevenant. But I think next season we actually put a handicap on a team. Open Ultra League, you have to run a Clodsire in a full day of sets.
You know what's funny, yeah, is again, and I guess I said this about Trevenant, right? Yeah, but
You think Clodsire is going to be this?
bro, I don't even think that's going to be as big of an issue as you think it is. You know,
Yo, when you catch a Hundo when you catch a Hundo Paldean Whooper or you trade for one, you better start best buddying that right away.
I'll do lucky trades. That's fine.
Yeah.
Bro, look, okay.
You better start working on it.
Earthquake for Steelix, yeah, maybe it's not a great matchup, yeah, but it's got the bulk. You're walling off
Registeel.
What's his name? Virizion, yeah. What else is the meta
This
these
might
days?
not be too bad.
You know, I don't think it's that bad, honestly. Tapu Fini, okay, maybe the Tapu Fini is not that great, yeah, but maybe
Might
with
not be bad
enough
with
bulk,
Sludge
it's not
Bomb.
even that bad. Bro, look, wait, let me just do a quick little
see what
Tapu
Clodsire
Fini versus
sims at.
Clodsire, yeah.
Let's see what it sims at. I don't think it's still that good. Or
Again, this is with this moveset, right? But
I don't think it's on the
you
sims.
beat Tapu Fini. You beat a rank 1
Niantic,
Tapu
if you're
Fini.
listening,
Yeah.
nerf Clodsire before it comes out. Give it,
bro.
give it
Even if they're not
Megahorn
listening,
surf.
they're gonna do
Megahorn
it.
surf. All right. Okay. Well, if you're agreed to it, then hey, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't trying
like I said, I'm still gonna go
still
gonna go for leaderboards this season. Once Great League is over, then
let's not worry about leaderboards. Let's go for legend first, right? Let's slow your roll. You talk about leaderboards, you're still an expert. Come on, let's slow down a little bit. You're a little ahead of yourself, Anicor. Okay, so next season we do Clodsire for Ultra League for a full day of sets. We'll stream it too, right? If it came to it, people love that content.
No problem.
Let's hope you run to another shout out to Rantor.
That's great for Clodsire. What are you talking about, bro? Resisting all the
Uh,
smackdowns? Calm.
Oh, true.
You
True.
probably just go
I was
straight
thinking about you
earthquake.
resisting the poison jabs. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, we'll
You're
figure.
literally giving me more reasons to run
Hey,
Clodsire.
don't let me stop you. You should run Clodsire to hit veteran, man. Right? If you feel that confident, you think that's the juice, like go for it, right? That's prove me wrong. Right? Yeah. I just don't even want to spend the resources building a hundo Clodsire for Ultra League. It's fine. We all got millions of starters these days. What do you want the ultimate loser of the bet? Because we already did hot chip. We don't think we're gonna do another hot chip. We do the clown mask for sure. The clown fit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Honestly, I think look, all you man listening at home, yeah, send in your ideas. We'll go through
You already
the
know
next
Archie will be
few
making
episodes.
us trying to run like a freaking
Yeah,
half a
I
marathon.
know.
So
And you know what? Again, I'm not opposed to it. But yeah, let's see what other ideas are there in it.
okay, this is a big one.
Hmm.
If you're I don't know. I think on the podcast makes a little more sense. I was gonna say something like you had to bring a certain Pokemon to play Pokemon tournament, but I don't want to like tank your like success that badly. You know,
Yeah.
like imagine you running like a Bonsley. Yo, his only rock type's a Bonsley. This man bus is free. Until the Bonsley, you're like, damn, I had to bring Bonsley every time.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds a bit rough to be
If
honest.
only Bonsley knew Dig, maybe it could have been
Yeah.
meta relevant. Yeah, I don't know. We could try the Jelly Bean. This.
I mean,
Yeah, and of course, Wi-Fi went out, so
yeah.
I'm praying that all of our almost 2 hours of footage that we recorded just now is still saved,
Bruv.
especially for the hot chip. Because if not, you
Yeah.
better go back out to that
I
store and get
ain't doing
another
it again,
one.
bro. I'm not
There's
doing
no
it
evidence.
again.
There's no evidence.
Bro, you know what? The evidence is
Gone.
the trauma in my brain. Yeah.
I can't see it. There's
Yeah.
no proof.
Yeah, you'll see it in a few episodes' time, bro.
I think yeah, long-term side effects.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think if you are listening to this, then I think everything went to plan, and if
Yeah,
not,
true,
that was
true.
the worst episode for the Wi-Fi to cut out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll figure out some punishment for the loser of Legend next season. I think you don't need no buffer, right? You're down for the full challenge.
I'm down for the full challenge because again, also I think. Wait, did I finish my ice cream? I did. I think by that point, like I said, I'm giving myself 3 months. Yeah, if I'm not on point in these next 3 months, yeah, then I may take a step back from competitive. So until then, I'm still.
Why do you need to take a step
determined.
back? Pokemon Go, I feel like it's a game that anyone could learn to be good at. You know,
No. Do you know
look
what
at
it is though? It's
Risa
like,
as example.
yeah,
Right?
it's true.
Right.
But
You
it's
learn your
like
counts. You learn the stuff. You
issue
start
is
internalizing these things. You start learning these strategies. You can be the next Axon.
No, but you know what? Okay, so I think I've explained this before, right? Is that for me, I know what it feels like when my mind is working fully on point, yeah, and it requires me to be in really good health as well. You know, like I said, some people they can play with no sleep, yeah, and still do really well. For me, I have to be like in really good health to be able to like perform at that sort of level. So I'm not saying I'm not in good health, but more saying that the difference between me playing really well and not playing really well is sometimes very small. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna give it a few months, yeah, and maybe it turns out that it's not actually that much of an issue. Because again, while I've been in London, I've been preoccupied with quite a lot of things. So sometimes that can, like offset my balance, offset my like routines and stuff like that. Maybe it'll be a bit better in Australia, but I think if it's a consistent thing that it just means that to play my best, that I have to always consistently be completely on point. Then maybe it's a lot to ask of myself. Do you know what I mean? That's my thinking
right.
anyway. Do you know what I mean?
All right.
But yeah, like I said, 3 months. Yeah, I'm still on it. Brisbane. I'm gonna make it, and also actually, I'm gonna go to Melbourne before I leave. Like Melbourne regional before I leave Australia as well. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe it'll be 6 months, and then there's EOIC. But yeah, who knows? Yeah.
A lot can
Yeah.
happen by then.
Either way, I'm coming for you. Don't worry.
I was really reflecting on how much has happened, and I was having dinner with Daniel and the other casters after our regional in Sacramento. I was like, "Whoa, it's almost your 1-year anniversary of working for the Pokemon Company."
Wow.
Which is just wild, right? Like he started like his first tournament was LAIC, and to see how much has changed since he joined the broadcast team, incredible.
Yeah.
In just under a year.
I think generally as well around that time, obviously the broadcasts started to change, but I think a lot of the things around the Play Pokemon circuit in general started to change quite a lot. And it's like you said, it's really cool to see how.
Wait, what do you mean
changed.
Specifically? I don't know what you're alluding
You've
to.
got
right now.
within that time frame, you had streams being put up in LATAM. Yeah, you had the European streams being vastly improved in terms of production quality and things like that. You had certain quality of life changes like moving from Android to iPhones.
Right.
Rules, judge like the ways that judges operate. Just do you know what I mean? Like every aspect of the competitive circuit has only improved over the last year, and yeah, I think it's sick. The reason I think it's sick though is because I feel like a lot of the time with big companies or big projects kind of like that, it always feels like when you want to implement a change, it's not going to be something that will implement very quickly, and it always feels like it's more so the grassroots approach of things that can get change happening a lot quicker. And I don't know if it's because maybe people these days are a bit more flexible, or maybe it's a case of like in Daniel's situation, coming from a background of like doing a grassroots sort of stuff and doing things on his own, where he's like, well, why do all the complicated stuff on the side? Why not just like make this change and see if it works, and if it don't work, then we'll change it again the next time. Do you know what I mean? But I prefer that approach way better, because again, it means you can actually get stuff done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although again, we can revert the change of that little catch animation. Yeah, that was definitely one that didn't work out. Yeah.
Hey,
so just you let him know. Yeah.
He's quick on the updates. Maybe by Toronto we got a little peekaboo animation too.
Nah, bro. Bro, yeah.
It's perfect season for this. It's on point.
But I saw something on Twitter where someone was like, yeah, we could even have like it was like bait or boom, and I was like, nah, what does that even mean? What is boom, bro?
Imagine it was like a picture of like Zionic's face where he's throwing boom, like just throw it up on the screen like a Twitch emote.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
mad.
either way, you can always count on Daniel to make things happen, and I do appreciate that. Yeah, but hires like Daniel and Mel as well, right? For especially a lot of the rulings and stuff and the rulebook changes, like that's really, really important. I think, especially for Go, we've come a long way in under a year, right? But speaking of this, I feel like this transitions well to our T topic of rulings.
I don't know about this T topic.
Please because you
explain.
didn't. Because I just threw it on the agenda, but you didn't watch day number 1.
I watched some of it, but I didn't watch the end.
Did you watch the one set Chem Coop versus Elite?
I think
it was
I
like
did,
a winner
yeah.
semis.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of I think it was the second game. Kemcoop, like he like caught a move on his like Lickitung and caught a move on his like Medicham or like CMP on his Medicham. So he lost all the energy at Medicham and Lickitung, and he throws a Shadow Ball to KO Elite's Umbreon because Elite had a Foul Play bank, so he had to throw it, and he also had a Shadow Ball banked. But Kemcoop farmed enough energy that despite him losing all his energy on his Lickitung and the Medicham, he still had enough energy on the Frostlass to Shadow Ball the Umbreon and Avalanche the Frostlass to take both out. But in that Frostlass situation, it was Elite's last Pokemon too. They both had the move, but he couldn't press the charge moves, whereas Kemcoop could. And then the judge, who was Dijon, ruled a rematch, which makes sense, right? Because the thing didn't come up. And I don't really know how far we are in the rules where Def wins and stuff like that, right? Because I think like if we saw earlier in that game that Kemcoop's Frostlass won charge from priority, it should be Kemcoop's game either way, right? Elite, like yes, it sucks if you're elite, that happens, but you were going to lose that charge from priority even if you had the button come up.
Yeah,
and the Avalanche was enough to knock out Frostlass. However, we didn't know who was going to charge from priority. And I actually even briefly mentioned on stream because I was commentating. I was like, potentially they could see who wins charge from priority. But then I thought about it, I was like, wait, can they do that? Because I think it's not even about like can
Stats
they or
aren't an
cannot
official
they.
part of the like game,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, there's that, but also even if this was Sylph, right, and it's not the official Pokemon company, and they don't care about, they look in because sometimes they do check into CMP to see all this stuff.
Okay.
But on that official play stage, it was after the first game, so it was the second game. At that point in time, no one knew who won charge from priority with the Frostlass. No one, not the casters, not the players, not the judges. And so even if, let's say, because the correct ruling would be, I think, whoever's Frostlass wins CMP should win that game. But we don't have that info. So even if they were allowed to look into info, my question to you, and maybe to our listeners as well, is should that even be something the judges look into? Because here's the thing. Let's say me and you were playing, right? And your button didn't go off and my Frostlass threw the move. So I'd be like, well, if I won charge priority, I should win it. And you're like, well, if I win, I should win it. But the thing is, like, the judge doesn't know, right? So one, they'll have to look into our stats. They have to go utilize tools that they're probably not allowed to use, like PE Poke, right? To see who wins charge priority and stuff. But also on top of that, the moment we find out who wins that match, all of a sudden, both of us and everyone watching gains info on a situation that we're not supposed to info on yet in that point in time. Neither of us are supposed to know who's win charge priority anyway before that. So that would have been the moment we find out, but unfortunately the game button didn't come up, right? So it's a very unfortunate situation, but I feel like at the same time, I don't know how Kemcoop and Elite felt about it, right? You could tell both of them were a little bit like distraught, especially Elite, because he's like, dude, I had to move, right? Because I think if the judge said, hey, whoever wins CMP definitely gets it. I don't know. Like, if you're Kemcoop, you're already down a game. Do you really want to do that, or do you want to go for the rematch, right? Because you could be tied up, or you could just automatically just go 0-2 because you don't know who's going to charge priority, right? I guess the outcome should have been how it is, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not the player's choice. But I guess my question, because I don't think it's that straightforward, is in a situation where, let's say, you could use PE Poke, you could find out the CMP, you could do whatever tools it is to figure out who's supposed to win CMP in that situation because the button doesn't pop up, right? Obviously, ideally, the button pops as you press on charge and priority. But if it doesn't come up in that situation, it's not like a Venusaur into like a Registeel matchup, right? It's like it's a mirror matchup. It could go either way. In that situation, should you go down that route? Should you figure out the CMP and then award the person that should have won it the game or not? What do you think?
Okay, so I think we've touched on this before about def wins, in it. Yeah, like I think checking the CMP is fine, right? But do you just award the win?
Well, checking the CMP on the official broadcast and through Play Pokemon might not be kosher or allowed.
Yeah, I mean, I know as a company, do you know what I mean? Yeah, but I feel like it should be fine. Like they might not allow it, yeah, but that's a them problem, right? But I think it should be something that's allowed, while judging. But are you going to award the win or not? And I think the best sort of counter example of a death win is Rise hitting the shadow ball on his Noctowl, right? If one of the players forgets which side of the screen that their move is on, yeah, maybe it wasn't as I'm not sure how much health each Frostlass had, so maybe it wasn't as relevant in that sort of situation. But if either player forgets which side of the screen their shadow ball is on, then the game could go a completely different way, right? So I don't know. I think the rematch avenue is fair just because it's what they do for every other situation where it's a bit of not a cop out, but it kind of means that they don't need to make these difficult decisions because they just grant it a rematch and they're like, well, that's what we give everything that requires a dispute. Do you know what I mean? So it kind of offloads the burden of making that decision off the judge and just, it's like, yeah, just go and replay it.
Right. So you're in favor of just replaying without revealing the CMP.
Without revealing the CMP.
Yeah, because the biggest dilemma here is, even if you can figure out who wins CMP, should that even be revealed and should that even be ruled? Obviously, you have to reveal it to rule on it. But the problem is, like, neither players knows who wins CMP at that point, so it changes the outcome. It changes, like, let's say if Chemcoop won that, it changes how Game 3 can happen because Elite is now operating on the info that he doesn't win CMP anymore.
But this also happens with any other rematch situation where, like, if you've seen your opponent's 3, then again you have more information than you would have if you hadn't. Or similar things like, I don't know.
Well,
if your opponent
but that's
reveals a
different though,
move,
because you've seen it play out in maybe a lag match that you rematch. Like, you saw it. Like,
right?
if they saw which Frost has won CMP in that game,
Mhm.
and then they go for a rematch, that's a different story, right? But the problem is no one knew what this is info that neither player knew at that point in time, right?
Yeah. Nah, I think it still comes under the same thing, innit? Because it's like, again, like everything around a rematch, is a bit unfair because you've got information that you wouldn't have had in the game prior. So again, if you're rematching a lag match, you are now going into that new match with knowledge on what your opponent did in that lag match, the 3 Pokemon your opponent brought in that lag match, and that lag match gave them no benefit at all, right? Because they didn't get a point out of it. So you're already kind of getting a lot of information whenever you do play out a rematch. That I think CMP is just, it kind of falls under that bracket,
So you would say, if it was your
Yeah, I
choice,
think
you
it's
would say
fine.
the judge should figure out the CMP and then
Yeah.
award a death win to the person that should have won CMP in that situation.
Well, also, actually, the thing is, though, you're no, I don't think death win. I think just rematching it. But then I guess if you're just rematching, then you don't need to
Then
figure
what's
out
the point
CMP.
looking at the CMP then?
Yeah, then there's no point.
Yeah.
Then there's no point. Yeah.
So you don't
Yeah.
think it's
So
you
I
don't
guess
think that's a death
there's
win
no point,
situation,
right? Yeah. Well, they don't do death wins, right? So
No, but I'm just saying hypothetically, it feels up to you.
yeah, it technically should be a death win in it, but I think just the way that they operate, they don't do death wins, and they don't do
Let's
it
say if they
because
did, let's say they did death wins. Let's say if your Frostlass had a
then
move ready and
100%.
mine didn't, and
Then yeah, if
that
they did death
should be a
wins,
death
then
win.
that's a death win. Yeah.
So
Because that's as close as it
but
gets.
to get the death win here, you need to investigate who wins CMP and then give the
Then you
death win
check
from
it.
there.
Yeah. Then you check it.
You check.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think so.
I don't know how I feel on it. I mean, obviously, I don't think they do death wins for play Pokemon,
Yeah.
so I'm not like I don't think it's a wrong call by Dijon. I think it was the right call. I don't know. That's a weird one. Like, obviously, you want the game to operate fully at 100%, but I think if it requires you to like reveal information that's not revealed to any of the players and the casters and the people watching at that point in time, like, that's just hidden info that hasn't been revealed yet. Like, no one knows, right? Literally, no one knows that info at that point in time. I
But
feel
if the
like you
game
just go for a
worked, they would
rematch.
have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you,
So,
but
and then you're awarding the death win anyway. So it just means that
actually,
the
you're
game
right.
kind of just played out how
I
it would
think,
have.
yeah, I guess you are right because, yeah, I guess you're right because if the game worked how it should have worked, then one, the Chargers should have gone first. And so if the game worked how it should have worked, at the end of that second game, you should have already know who won CMP at that point in time.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but because that didn't happen, the glitch that did not allow Elite to press his move robbed not only like everyone of the potential correct outcome, but it also robbed both players of information that on who wins CMP or not.
Yeah.
So that information should have happened originally.
Yeah.
Oh, you changed my mind. Yeah. Again, we're not the people that make the rules. Obviously, checking CMP and stuff requires tools outside of stuff that are probably sanctioned by official judges to utilize. So I think Dijon did what he made the right call given the current circumstances of the rulings. But
and I guess this is also why they don't do death wins, right? Because again, like if you settle most disputes with just rematch being the best outcome, then you take that burden off the judges, or you take like these sorts of difficult decisions out of there where you have to like figure things out, or check people's attack stats, stuff like that. So
but would you feel bitter if you're, let's say you're Elite and you should have won Charge of Variety,
bro,
and then
I've
you end up losing the next two games?
Yeah, I've seen this happen, like where someone's gotten a rematch and I'm like, well, honestly, you will lose in that match. So actually getting this rematch is fully in your favor, and then it goes the other way on the rematch, and it's like, well, I don't want to mention who, but
DM me after.
I watched this happened,
Obviously, no one wants rematches, right? Like that's not ideal, but sometimes
exactly. Again,
stuff
bro,
like that happens.
Still, the
we need land.
No hiccups on day one challenge is not been completed. Yeah,
we need land
to this day. Yeah, like
day two, I want to say it's 100. Sure.
And again, the fixed it on day two challenges again.
Again, it's usually because something happens day one, so they're like resetting the routers or Wi-Fi and stuff.
How long?
I don't
know.
How
long, man?
I don't know. I can't comment on it because I don't even know myself. And
I know.
I think until we have like a LAN, like our own like server brought to every one of these tournaments for people to connect to with 0 ping, you're just going to always have that. And that's like not an easy thing to do for TPCI nor Niantic. I think it's actually more of a Niantic needs to implement it, and TPCI just supports it, but I don't know what it takes to build a localized server for these kind of things. So anyway, that was an interesting one. Let us know if you agree or not on the ruling rematch stuff. Obviously, not under like the current rules, but if it was up to you, right? What do you think? Hopefully the recordings from earlier for the first 2 hours are saved, because if so, thank you for being a man of your word and eating the hot chip. I know you're itching to have two next time, but I think you handled it pretty well. Was it everything you expected?
Wild. No, it was not comfortable, but it did settle quicker than I expected, and also the ice cream plus smoothie shout was kind of cool. I actually don't drink things like this very often, but I was like, well, I already know I'm gonna get through a whole tub of ice cream today, so what more is an extra milkshake, right?
Was that wasn't a vegan milkshake, right?
No, that was just
why did you get vegan ice cream but not a vegan milkshake? Are you why
honestly,
did you get vegan ice cream?
It was a bit cheaper, and I was like, oh, it's vegan ice cream, so I guess like with no dairy, it's nicer on your stomach.
You're probably getting you're probably getting a lot of dairy already from the milkshake too.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot, to be honest.
Well, I'm glad you did it. And for those that were waiting for the hot chip moment, it's not Speedy Chief 2, but it was Speedy Chief 3 that did it. And
it was.
I can't wait till next season when someone's dressed up like a clown every week.
Someone.
Wait, I ankle
You better practice your
ankle
jokes. Yeah.
You better practice that
practice your
Clodsire and
juggling,
Ultra
bro. Like...
Oh, I'm gonna quote you later on this, right? When you're the one that has to tell the jokes and start
bro.
juggling, it's gonna be all on you. Hey, did
Practice
you find the
chatting to
spider by
kids
the way?
from a drain. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Is that spider still there? The spider still chilling?
I don't know, bro.
Yo,
I
that's
don't
probably
think
about to be
so.
your next your new roommate, you know?
Yeah. I used to have a spider for a roommate, but you know what? Yeah, I didn't mind it because at first I thought it was dead. I'm not gonna lie. And then flipping 6 months later, it just starts moving. I was like, wow. But then I was like, you know what?
What?
Yeah,
You
I
left a
know.
spider alone for 6 months?
It was just in
It
the
was like
corner.
under a
I was
cup?
like, no.
It might be
It was like in the corner of my room. I
Anicor.
thought it was dead.
That's
Huh?
100% a different spider. There's no way it's the same
Nah,
spider.
no, there's no, bro. There was one spider there for 6 months, didn't move an inch, and all of a sudden it's bopping around.
It didn't eat anything in 6 months?
Nah,
Why didn't you do anything in 6 months? You just left the
it
dead
was
spider
too
up
far
there?
away. I was like, I'll leave it.
What? You don't got a chair to reach it?
Well, it wasn't
I
bugging
know
me.
you're not as
It
tall
was
as I
just
thought
chilling.
you were, but you're not that short.
It was just chilling there. I was like, you know what, leave it.
Well, yeah.
But you know what the thing is,
He
is that
probably
like
thought you all had a
sometimes,
truce. You didn't do
huh?
anything with the spider once you realized it was live, or did you get rid of it after that?
No, I was hoping that it would, like pull its weight, maybe catch like a few bugs here and there. But
It probably was eating something when you weren't watching. There's no way
maybe
spiders live
yeah.
6 months without eating. What animal
Stuff
could live
hibernate,
6
right?
months without eat? Huh?
Bro, like a hibernating animal, isn't it? Like half the animals on the
Yeah,
planet.
is a spider a hibernating animal?
I doubt it, but like I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, you're like, well, there's plants out there that don't have to eat anything for 6 months. Like, what do you mean? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some rocks out there that don't eat. Like, what? Like, what kind of logic is this? I'm talking about spiders here. I'm not talking about freaking bears or rocks or freaking
Why are you
pine
saying
trees.
rocks as if that's a flipping like living animal?
Oh,
Yeah,
now
I
we're
don't know.
getting technical.
I'm not an expert on spiders. All I know is what I saw. So yeah, take that how you will.
All right. Well, that's that wraps it up for us. Looking forward to what Lil brings.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about Charm
Biggest
Below
tournament
90s,
so far in Europe.
Biggest
Aside
tournament
from
the whole year
IC.
too.
Yeah,
Curitiba was 128.
Yeah,
and this one has a higher than 128 cap.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Europeans, man, they know how to turn up. They know how to show up for these. Anyway, hope you have a good one. I'll keep you all posted on the carbing team for my local cup. I'm sure some of my locals listening to this will be like, "Oh, dang, I better have the carbing counters ready." Little did they know, I just ran, basic meta stuff. I just ran Elite's team back. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, hope you have a great week, and we'll catch y'all later. Peace.